I'll probably sing like a rhinestone cowboy. Bum bum. I don't know. How does it go? Is it on I don't know, on a Star Spangled Horse? Fuck it. Let's play the intro.
A woman has the right to decide exactly who she wants to be.
What?
What?
What does the fuck say?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
that.
okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
And now for something completely different.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I've been looking forward to this.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world? There's nothing to it.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hail everyone in the chat. It is I, it is he, it is me, PDD Wakooing in the place to be reviews. Right here with all of yous. The people's champion in the house with you, still sporting that rainbow fucking Deadpool. There's Deadpool on there, goddammit. Yes, I got so many weird looks wearing that in June. I'm just like, why is everybody looking at me funny when I wear this shirt? I'm just like, note to self, right? Apparently don't wear this in June. How you doing, everyone? Welcome to this wonderful chat in here. I see Brutal Morningwood in the house. Daisy Divine. Parrot Head said, I've seen worse intros. Yeah, I'm a little off tonight, guys, and I'm going to explain that. I tried to come in a little bit hot, but it's really difficult. We lost a member of our family, as it was told to me a few hours ago by a friend. We streamed this guy, Adam Wilcox from Raiders of the Lost Flicks, passed away. And it hurts because a lot of you that know and have been around the channel here for a long time know Adam and I stream together regularly. Adam's kind of stepped away from YouTube, and he was doing well, losing weight and things, and he just suddenly he's gone, and I don't know the exact circumstances. All I know is it was some complications. He had passed away. And this is difficult for me to do live. I've never had to do anything like this before. But, I mean, I feel like I owe this to you guys because if I'm off, then it affects the tone of the show. So, yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way early. But with that being said, hey, you know what? Life is short. These moments are fleeting. We only get one chance at it. So, you know, yeah, I'm going a little Kevin Smith here. I apologize for that. But you know what? Let's have a good time. Let's bring it up a little bit. What do we have here? You know, in troubled times, it's easy to turn to, you know, people that we feel comfortable with. And I find this person's presence very comforting. All right, so there was Brie Larson. But anyway, let me introduce to you my co-host, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Tone Deaf.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation. This moron is giving me everything.
What's up, everybody? It's the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy, aligned with the like-minded Tony Tone Deaf, rocking with you. We're going in raw. The place to be reviews. What's up, everybody out there in the chat? And yeah, you know, not to drag it down, but, you know, rest in peace, Adam. You were here on my first live stream and my first few live streams. And, you know, damn, bro. Never got to see Doom. That sucks.
Ah, thank you, Tony. And that was a thing too. Adam was like a huge Dune fan. Well, we were kind of looking forward to reviewing that one. That was a huge, and that was like kind of the theme of his channel too.
Yeah.
At the end there, but yeah. Thanks for being here, Tony. We appreciate it as always, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, welcome anytime, man. You know that. Let me introduce to you though our assistant regional manager. Ladies manager. See, it didn't take me long. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Gaze.
What up? How's it going, everybody? Listen, dude, you're not going full Kevin Smith. You're crying about something that matters. You're not faking crocodile tears over shit that you didn't care about in the first place. Listen, this is from the heart. It's all good. Just dry them up and let's move on. It'll be all good.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, bro.
My pleasure.
Missed you last week, man. We missed you.
Yeah, I missed being here, man. I would have much rather been here.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. But not for nothing, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two wonderful guests this evening. Let me introduce to you a man making his return to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, he is probably the king of the 1980s, Mr. Fanzine.
What's up? This is Fanzcene from Fanzcene Vids. Yep, I'm the 80s loving geek. I live for the retro nostalgia of life. And Adam, he was a cool guy. I was just starting to get to know him. So may he rest in peace, man. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. And you like Greg Gitt said, you weren't pulling Kevin Smith. You were doing right there, bud. So
well, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here too. It's great to have you back on, man. It's always a pleasure, brother.
yes, sir.
And also making his return to the program. He's for the second time in as many weeks, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Black Angus of Black Angus Reviews.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I just want to say, sorry I didn't keep up more with Adam. We just had different views of what we're trying to do with YouTube, but I always felt he was a positive guy in the sphere. We do get sucked into the negativity, and he had things to reach for and hope for versus just bemoaning the current entertainment sphere, and we need more of that. So yeah, it sucks.
It does, man. It's tough, brother. It is, and that was the thing. He tried to keep it. He tried to keep it positive. We all get sucked down into that from time to time, But Adam did. He tried to see the positive in it, and that was one thing I always admired about Adam, definitely. So. But thank you for being here, Angus, again, and everybody else on the panel here. I can come back. I'll come back on camera now so you can see this. See the money, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the beard is at we're at T-minus 2 days before I go in and have her all shaped and trimmed neatly for the wedding. Because I'll be making the trip down to Fort Wayne here in a few days to go hang out with Coach Loudy and the bullshitters and cause some havoc in Fort Wayne for his wedding. So that'll be fun. And like I said, we've joked around. We're probably going to get to see a wedding, a divorce, and some arrests all in the same night. And who knows in what order. So we'll be sure to live stream some of it. Definitely.
Maybe simultaneously.
Yeah, I will be setting up a Patreon, and that won't be for the channel. That'll be for Bond, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be for Bond. I wonder if they'll let me use my alligator shoes as collateral. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that works. Do you take purple gators as collateral? I didn't have a chance to put an intro together for the box office weekend breakdown. Unfortunately, I did not. But yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, you got it.
I thought you were doing that. I was like, I'll just let him go.
He knew it.
What a story, Mark.
He knew what I was doing. But I guess we could just play this for the intro because she's involved in the game and everything. But here we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your box office.
Now I'm gonna have nightmares all night long.
That's you know what? Let's take one more look at that for those of you in the cheap seats.
So
You're gonna be hearing that every time you hear that song now. You're gonna be in your car. We build this thing together. So God damn it! Like every time it comes out, you hear Grace, it's gonna be over with. You're never gonna be able to get that out of your heads. Thank you for that, Tony. I appreciate it.
Thank Grace.
Grace, and her stroke face. Thank you, honey. All right, let's go.
I can
here.
have different meanings if you catch my drift.
Grace woke up in a new bukkake. Oh, what? That's spicy.
I am no way affiliated with the Place to Be Reviews or
Damn, just the cock.
It's Fanzine Snyder. He denounced us in under 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
That's just a car.
Jesus, Grace. Oh, hail Johnny Cage JP70 says, if you have a wedding, a divorce, and someone being arrested at the same time, which of these events do you pay attention to? I would say probably the divorce. I mean, that would be. I mean, if that's happening in live action in public in real time, I mean, that's going to be a meltdown. Probably akin to the level of the arrest, depending on the level of alcohol involved in both.
Yeah, depending on what's going on with the arrest, I think.
Yeah,
it could be like when I made my Mike Zero video, I was trying to find a clip of someone getting arrested wearing a cap. And the clip I found was this guy getting arrested. He's like, "You treat me like a black person."
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Was that in Detroit?
I don't know. It was at an airport.
Oh, would Nano Reaper say Black Widow's going to crash into next week? It was as bad as Captain America and Black Panther. You mean Captain Marvel? Are you talking Captain America and the Winter Soldier and being witty? Keely Chow says, hail Fanzine Vids. Parrothead said, just for that, I'm sticking Barney the dinosaur on you. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, to Nano Reaper's comment, I just wanted to say, speaking of Captain Marvel, I'm glad Brie put her money where her mouth was and made sure that, innocent, disenfranchised young women were able to go see Black Widow the same way she made sure they were able to go see Captain Marvel. So, round of applause for Brie.
Aw, Brie.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Yeah. Yeah.
I and that's the thing when we get to the Black Widow reviews, my complete evaluation of Black Widow is here's just a glimpse of what I thought of it. It's slightly better than Captain Marvel. Slightly better than Captain Marvel. And I'll go into greater detail later why. Hail Angelus Draven. What is up, my brother? Welcome, sir. JM2021 in the house says Odin's movie reviews said Black Widow is tracking not to make its money back, which means it's not going to be able to break even. Would they have about $200 million in production? I don't believe that'll be counting all the advertising they did for it.
Means it's going to need like 600 million or more.
Oh yeah. And they claimed it made what, 60 million on streaming, which how do you prove that number? There's no way to vet those numbers. So let's look at the weekend, this past weekend here, the 9th through the 11th. We had Black Widow coming in at number 1, 80 million. That's 80 million. Fast made 11 million. It's a big drop off. Boss Baby, Family Business, which they kind of cucked Boss Baby out too. I feel bad in that they'd put a female Boss Baby in there too. I was like, you just put a bitch in a suit. That's not Boss Baby. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. I've seen every goddamn episode of that show. Don't fuck with me and my Boss Baby knowledge, man. My kid loved that show. So we got the Forever. There's another Purge movie. Jesus Christ, I didn't even realize this.
I knew it was coming. I didn't realize it was out.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place Part 2. That's just a cock. 3 million. Cruella limping into the barn with 2.3. The hitman's wife's bodyguards, former lovers, nephews, dog walkers, former bank teller at 1.6 million. Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway with 1.2 million. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, 655,000. Ouch. And Zola coming in at number 10 with 620,000. I don't even know.
What the fuck is Zola?
I have no fucking idea what that is.
Yeah.
And In the Heights is the movie that wasn't diverse enough for the critics, apparently, and that's it. Honorable mention at 6.2 because that tied Zola, or 620,000.
Isn't it written by the guy who turned Hamilton black?
I do believe it is,
but it's not. It's not diverse enough.
They said it wasn't diverse enough. But I was listening to Midnight's Edge in the morning tonight, and Paulie from Latino Slant, and then we're talking. It was him and Tom, and then they were talking about the fact that the West Side Story people, which is who's doing that? Is that Spielberg?
Yeah.
It was mentioned that there's they may have paid for advertising, which was akin to hit pieces there, against slandering. What if the slandering of In the Heights? What if they're these paid access sites wrote these hit pieces against In the Heights, so then they turn around, they prop up West Side Story. It's kind of like,
I thought they all did that.
Right? I was like, I thought that was just common practice these days. I mean, shit, Disney owns like 8 or 9 of those things, don't they? I think Clownfish TV is secretly just Disney. They're just robots. I'm kidding. Somebody's gonna sound like that and be like, "Oh my God, this little ass channel said something about clown." I'm just kidding. I like Clownfish. They're cool.
It would make sense for them going after Kevin Smith and Netflix.
Right. Right. They're Disney. They're Disney bots. Kevin Smith is like, no. Geeky Sparkles rants him into a corner and just fucking estrogens him to death. Mackie Sky says, how is everyone? Hey, Mackie Sky, how are you? Glinzer, the real purge needs to happen in Hollywood. Oh, yeah.
I think Kevin Smith would estrogen her to death.
Let's be honest, that's probably the way it would go. I mean, I think he's more menopausal than any female in the history of the world. And our audience went from 1% down to 0.5% female. We were up to 5%, and then we dropped back. I don't know what happened. Was it something I said, ladies? Let me know. Frankie Knows says, hi, hey, hello, Frankie Knows. How are you, sir? Yes, we do need a real purge in Hollywood. But so, I mean, the box office this weekend, I mean, let's be honest, we knew Black Widow was, it was going to do this. The normies will always come out in droves for any Marvel film. And the discerning viewers, you're going to see it the opening weekend. Then it's kind of going to be like, man, I bet, I think it was Culture Casino earlier, kind of gave his best estimate guess at like saying a 50% drop off after the first week. I could see that happening with this movie. It's pretty forgettable by all standards. I don't want to get into the Black Widow section of this now, but it kind of is,
happened years ago.
Yeah. Well, look on the bright side. At least they didn't have to buy movie tickets this time around, right?
Yep.
So you can just lie about their Disney Plus numbers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Yep. Daisy Divine says, my money's on Geeku Sparkle slamming Pete. Damn it, Daisy Divine. Damn you! Damn you, Scuba Steve! How do I have to get my ass kicked by Geeky Sparkles? Neon's coming off the top rope. What is it? Coming to you from Clownfish Comics, here comes an elbow from fucking Neon. God damn it. JM 2021 says, have you heard RDJ unfollowed Marvel Entertainment? Yeah. Didn't he unfollow like a bunch of like his like fellow like Avengers co-stars and shit like that? I was just like, it's Robert Downey Jr. He could just be trolling him too. He does what he wants. Frankie says, I'm not familiar with Black Widow. Is that a drama about a woman who loses her hubby? So sad.
Yes.
Yep, pretty much. I'm going to see it for free, 95, just so I can bitch about it in context. Right? There's reports of civil war of the MCU circle of people involved. I should consult Grace on that. Grace, what do you think about the Civil War, hon? Grace, what do you think? Grace doesn't know. I've consulted the Magic Grace.
Let's see, when I watch Mannequin, I'm just going to think that.
Yep. That's one I need to get on Blu. If that exists on Blu-ray, I need to buy that.
I have it on DVD.
That movie was fucking
might
great.
Be on Blu-ray.
That movie was great. You had Sergeant Harris in that as the freaking mall cop, freaking G.W. Bailey. All it took for me not to want to see The Heights was the fact that it was done by the same guy that race swapped Hamilton, and it's a musical. Oh God. Yep, he unfollowed the whole cast. See, Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. Hail Bruce Lombardo. Don't fucking talk about communists at Marvel. Can't we stop giving these Saracens our money and resources? I took the family, I took the wife and kid to see it last night because I'm not quite there. I know, I understand. Eggs is in the house. Excellent, he says. Johnny Cage, JP7. In a perfect world, RDJ would be getting ready for a Tropic Thunder sequel. That would be that would be fucking excellent right now.
Speaking of mannequin, in a perfect world, Hollywood would have been War Machine. Fuck Don Cheadle.
That would have been the shit right there. I know as a kid, I was just like, damn, man, Hollywood was fucking hilarious. He's better than anyone they'll want. Taskmaster and the Black Widow's abduce. Oh, we're gonna talk. Trust me, we're gonna get to fucking Taskmistress. We're gonna get to Taskmistress. Yeah, R.I.P. Paul Orndorff too, man. Professional wrestling is those guys. I know. Trust me, it's every other week we're getting one or two of them. Mannequin objectifies women literally. Nano Reaper says Doomcock is not a reliable source. I mean, and water's wet. And water's greetings. I mean, I was checking with my Reddit. I mean, my sources, and they told me that I don't know. I'm sorry.
My sources that never tell me about new developments being released.
Oh, shots fired. Angelus Draven says Terry Funk isn't doing well either. Damn. Well, I mean, Terry Funk. Let's be honest. Terry Funk, I'm surprised him and Sabu are still alive. Like, Sabu looks like a walking petri dish and just like a never-ending injury. I don't know how those guys. Yeah, there's a reason they usually by like they're above the bell curve right now because they're both in their I think early 50s. So Funk is 60.
Like Funk's been through more than most of these wrestlers. You know.
Oh yeah.
A lot of these wrestlers are dropping off because of drugs. They can't handle their shit. Terry Funk, I mean, he's the real deal. He's done the barbed wire matches. He's been on fire before, you know, back when nobody was doing that shit. So for him to still be alive, you know, he may not be doing well by normal standards, but by Terry Funk standards, he's one tough bastard. I love Terry Funk.
I know, man. I know, dude. He was doing moonsaws at 55. Hang on a second. Manliness and motivation. Show me on the doll where Doomcock hurt you. Right here. Right here. That's where it hurts. That's where it hurts. Robbie, you tell him.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robbie.
You mean you're not Harvey? Fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's lazy. I don't know.
It was the rectum on my doll.
What's that?
What's that toy from?
What is it? Oh shit. I'm blanking on it. I've got the box right in the closet. No, it's Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, with Leslie Nielsen.
Yep. I'm blanking on it. I'm like, what? Really? Already I'm drawing blanks on shit. Oh my god. This chat is on fire right now. Funk is a legend, absolutely. Dude is an absolute legend. Bruce says, recipes Paul Orndorff, all our heroes and heels from back then at their age now with their bodies. Oh God, yeah. It's funny, man, because I still play No Mercy on N64, and I was just playing as Terry Funk the other night. He's actually my hardcore champion right now in the game. So I always loved Terry Funk. Yeah, Parrothead. That's one. I've got an original 1997 like ECW shirt. I used to wear it when I wrestled, when I was training, before the shows and shit. I'd always wear my old school ECW, my NWO shirt. But that's one I always wanted to get. Was one of those. I used to love that Funk U shirt. Oh my god. You see those at like WCW shows and shit. I'm like, I want one of those. But I'm gonna have to look on eBay now. But no, we've got topics and shit to get to, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday night, and on Monday nights, we've got a little segment we call Just the Headlines. And I know where the bumper is this week. It's right here.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set!
It's not my Luke Skywalker.
Hey, no, don't just be Skywalker. Please, for one fucking second.
All right. So our first story. We're going to look at this headline here. This is from the fine folks over at We Got This Covered, where they have been right a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And they're not afraid to tell you in a full paragraph in every article exactly when they were right. But really, though, Marvel reportedly focusing on diversity for Fantastic Four casting. Now, for those of you at home waiting for a good Fantastic Four movie, the deck is stacked against you already. John Watts, that's directing the current Spider-Man trilogy, is directing the Fantastic Four, which for me was like, oh, as soon as I found that out, because I was like, yes, Fantastic Four, and they're like, by John Watts, and I was like, you know. So what do you guys think of this headline for, what do you think of the future for the Fantastic Four?
I mean,
hard buy.
Okay, so they cast Kang already, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's a black man.
Yes.
And so he's the son of Mr. Fantastic, right?
He's a descendant
of... He's a descendant of their family.
Yep.
So what's that tell you from the bat right there?
Well,
they're going for the diversity casting in Fantastic Four. I guarantee it. One of them will be race swapped.
And that's what I've kind of heard is that in this article, we'll kind of scroll down. I know this is just the headlines, but to give this some context, they're talking about... Stop showing your pretty face, Florence Pugh. Damn you. Here it is right here. We'll just highlight this paragraph right here. They're looking to specifically cast people of color. They also want this new team to be younger, aged 20 to 30s. They plan to keep Sue and Johnny as actual siblings this time in the same race, but they are open to mixing all races in casting for this family. For example, Human Torch and Invisible Woman could be Latinos, allowing Mr. Fantastic to be black or Asian. They are still very open.
I heard they were going to tap Geode from the new Star Wars series to play the Thing so they can get an actual Rock up in there.
Finally.
Now
that's some representation I can get behind.
I've been waiting for Rock representation.
You know how Marvel's de-aging has gotten better in the few years they've done it. And they brought Peter Cushing back for Rogue One, so I'm thinking maybe we could have like George Floyd as Mr. Fantastic. I'd buy that.
Oh my god!
Once again, I am no way associated with the Place to Be reviews or the Clown World reviews. So,
hey, listen, Mike Tyson ain't done yet. He could still get a role in this thing.
Fanzine just said he doesn't stand by George Floyd. My heart's broke.
Oh my god! How dare you speak ill of St. Floyd of Fentanyl? How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? Manliness and motivation says they get cast an Egyptian. God damn it! Not Egyptian. Oh, all right, Steven. Yeah, let me. Yep, Steven, I just got it. So does anybody think there's any hope for this movie?
Only if they twist it into a blaxploitation film.
See, I could get behind that. If they if they did this shit like Dolomite, like Disco Godfather, I would be fucking down as fuck for that. Like, you got it.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call Mr. Fantastic Stretch, you know?
My issue is the writing sucks. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was plenty diverse, but the writing sucked. And I was thinking about this exact movie the other day, because I'm like, okay, Black Widow wasn't that good, but there are other projects to look forward to. No, there's not. You know, there's nothing out there. And Fantastic Four is something I would have looked forward to, but I know after I watch this movie, I'm going to want to go back and watch the Fox ones. Mm-hmm. And I hope that isn't the case. I'm not rooting. I want to be entertained. We're all starving for good entertainment, but I just don't trust him, you know? Kevin Feige has hit Vince McMahon syndrome where he doesn't listen to the audience anymore. He thinks it's his role to tell the audience what they'll like. And so many other creative types make that mistake, and it never works out.
Sorry, Bruce Lombardo. You're my brother, man. He mentioned Petey Wheatstraw. Anybody know Petey Wheatstraw? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. You talking about Rudy Ray Moore, man. Come on, dude. Fucking Rudy Ray Moore is the man.
The devil's son-in-law.
We watched, like I said, man, I had that clip on here. I had to bump it because it was so, I didn't use it anymore. It was where he's in the DJ booth and he's like, What has he had? Tell me, what has Bucky had when he fucking OD'd? I love that fucking movie. Dude, those fight scenes were so fucking so cheese. Holy shit, were they cheesy. It was fucking amazing though. It was amazing, dude. Those bitch, are you for real? Yes, dude, him sitting up in the bed and saying oh man, he's an OG. Rudy Ray Moore is a fucking OG. Absolutely, man. Let's jump over. Let me get our next headline here. Angus, do you have anything you want to throw in on that one, brother?
I think they will make what do you call the Invisible Woman? Is that her name?
Yeah, Sue Storm.
Yeah, Sue Storm. Yeah, I think they'll make her black. She'll be a queen, and her husband will be an ineffectual soy boy as Reed Richards to further cuck the white man. They'll get you excited with the good casting, then he'll just be always apologizing for fucking colonization or something.
I just
be like, like she'll get a math problem wrong and be like, "Oh fuck, yeah, my math is racist. Sorry."
Okay, we got one more guest we're gonna add on here. He can only stay for a short time though. Author Stephen Walton, what's up, brother?
Are we talking about ScarJo's titties?
Not yet.
Not okay. I was just wondering. What's up, everybody? Thanks for the invite, man. Last time you invited me on, I was in my car and it was horrible. But what's going on? Hail to the panel. What's up? I'm fancy. Nice seeing you in forever, bro.
What's up, Steven? Haven't seen you around for long.
Yeah, I fell in a hole, but I'm good now. I climbed out of it. It's good. It was a sarlacc pit. It's all good.
It's all good.
Good job, Stephen Fett.
Thank you, man. I had a jetpack and everything. Flew right out like Boba Monk Vet. What's going on? What's up? What's up, Angus? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, are you? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's up, Fred?
I'm good.
Are you? Yeah, goddamn. These are guys I've known for years. They're like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. All right, whatever. What's going on?
How's it going, donkey?
Not living in a sarlacc pit.
Well, you know, some of us need entertainment, and sometimes that entertainment is, you know, a hole. So what are we talking about?
Well, Stephen, in case you missed it, we started out with this. I just wanted you to see that too, in case you missed it.
Oh God!
So now we're up to speed.
Isn't that Lethal Lightning's girl?
So we're gonna this topic is Black Widow though. This is our second headline. Black Widow. David Harbour wants Red Guardian to get revenge on Hawkeye. Allow me to first say David Harbour. I don't give a shit how you pronounce your name. Your character was a fucking joke. I guess you're in Stranger Things, but you died. Sucks to be you, bud.
Much like the man. Yeah, he's just a big joke.
And he was, there's an article from Bounty in the Comics talking about, he says, why would people be opposed to socialism? David Harbour right there lets me know what kind of mental playing field you're on. You're not on my level, son. Fuck off. Fuck your Red Guardian, dude. I'm sorry.
Wasn't he Hellboy too? Like
yes, he was like
he wasn't bad as Hellboy.
Wasn't?
You know why I'm opposed to it? Because I like to fucking eat every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. He's not a bad actor. I actually enjoy some of his roles, but man, that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's up there with Ron Perlman.
I liked him in Stranger Things, but Ron Perlman's a dick too. I didn't know that.
Oh, he's a douchebag and a half.
Really?
Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh my God! And it's like I'm not taking up for Trump at all. That motherfucker ain't in office no more. I don't give a shit. He's gone. I don't care. He ain't president no more. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a shit. The other motherfucker in office right now is senile too. Fuck it. I said it. He's fucking senile. But we went from an asshole to a senile motherfucker. I'm like, there you go. That's what happened. But it's these people like Ron Perlman. Yeah, he's still like hung up on that. Still, he's insane. He's just a douche.
Such a weirdo.
He is too. That's the thing. Is like he just says like he has like insanely shitty hot takes. But Black Widow. So anyway, back to Black Widow.
Black to Black. Okay.
Black to Black.
I don't care
back
how you
in
do
black.
your porn. Okay.
Right? Neither do I. I opened all kinds of porn. We don't give a shit. But what do you guys think about this? Would you rather see, we won't go into the Black Widow, but what would you think about David Harbour getting revenge on Hawkeye?
What do you need revenge on Hawkeye for? What did Hawkeye do?
Exactly.
Well, he's being blamed for Natasha's death,
Yep.
but
I
buy that he wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even give a shit about the kids.
Yeah, right.
Right.
He was like, fuck them kids.
He was killing himself, and she stopped him and killed herself.
Yep.
So how is it his fault in any way, shape, or form? It's
because he's a white male.
Exactly.
Right.
Because they heard from a reliable source.
Yeah.
The Red Skull called and said that Hawkeye killed this bitch. So.
Yeah, the Red Skull on Brian Stelter.
What I don't get about this revenging was like, if they know he's associated with her death, then why don't they know the context?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could just say, "Oh yeah, we were on a mission and she got killed."
Right.
It's stupid.
No. That doesn't make any sense to me. Do you think it's all just political, because the Red Guardian is a socialist, and David Harbour came out and talked about, how great socialism would be. Do you think that's all it is? It's just about boosting somebody whose politics are correct? Because it doesn't sound. I mean, if you watch that movie, first off, that scene between those two when she sacrificed herself was great.
Yeah.
Them fighting one another. We got to see two fight scenes between those two best friends. One of them was in Civil War, and the other one was, at the end of the real end of the MCU. And both of them were great. Both of them were good, but that one was it was a tearjerker, man. He did not want Natasha to die.
No.
Right.
So I don't understand this argument.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. It's pointless revenge for the sake of bad storytelling.
Right.
There you go. Okay, who's seen this? I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna be real. Who's seen this the Black Widow movie?
I went to see it last night.
Me.
Yeah, I saw it Friday.
What did
you guys for free today?
What did you guys think of it? Those of you that saw it.
The first act wasn't bad. It had a unique tone to it. Even though Marvel has some weird hang up with Nirvana songs and their chick flicks.
Okay.
The beginning wasn't so bad. And around the time they started breaking out, the Crimson Dynamo out of the gulag, it got stupid. And just progressed to stupider and stupider from there.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I think I've seen 2 out of the 3 Bourne movies, and I find the comparisons to the Bourne movies misplaced at best. The comparisons to Bond are negligible. It's messy in the third act, pretty much like everybody says.
But there's a Bond scene in the movie. Of course we're going to compare it.
Right. Right.
It's totally like it. It even has a scene in it.
So yeah, I don't want to go into my full review right now, but yeah, it was decent. Like, okay, so I took my son, and my wife and my son went to see it, and my son was like getting antsy in the movie. He's like, when are they going to start fighting, Dad? I'm like, I know, buddy. I know. I'm like, it'll pick up sometime. Hopefully. It fucking better. But the good news is for 3 of us, 2 adults, 1 child, 2 popcorns, 2 sodas, and candy, it was a grand total of like $24. So
Damn.
yeah, that's the beauty of a family-owned theater that's been open since 1947 and is 2 minutes from my house. And that's why I'm so happy to have movies back there. And even if it's a bad movie like that, I still, and like I said, it's not Star Wars. I know it goes to the mouse. I understand this. But I will go to see a Marvel movie like this because I did. I said, my kid, he wanted to go, he did. He saw the previews. He wanted to see it. And I was like, we're going to talk about it. I'm like, I don't mind going to see this, But yeah, so we went to watch it. And yeah, I was like, meh, There was parts I enjoyed. I didn't hate the entire movie, but
yeah. Well, the problem was it was kind of a fun movie, right? But that's the problem. This shouldn't have been a fun movie. The tone was way off. Yeah. It was like comedy hour the whole time, with this dead serious topic. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard it. I've never heard forced hysterectomies talked about in such a lighthearted manner.
Wow.
But
really?
yeah. Oh,
for real? Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's dead on.
Yeah.
Was that
man?
Yeah.
That joke reminded me of in Home Improvement where Jill gets a hysterectomy and she's talking about like being like a hollowed out pumpkin. Like it's comparable.
That's pretty much what they were getting at,
right?
Like I kind of smirked when that was going down because of like the context with Red Guardian. He's like, "Ugh, lady parts."
Yeah,
But overall, yeah, the movie tone, it's a weird tone for this movie. For its full fleshed out, especially some of the dark points where you're like, this has got dark points for this series, but it doesn't really feel like, Infinity War's very dark tone. It feels like drab for our heroes.
Right.
This one should, and it doesn't.
Like no shit. Natasha's flashback scene in Age of Ultron was more tone appropriate, much more than this entire movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie this movie was bipolar, and it didn't know where it wanted to be, or not bipolar. Well, yeah, it kind of was, because the tones were they swung. It tried to be serious for a second, and then it'd go to the comedy, and then it's like, and the writing isn't good enough to do that. And I'm sorry, Kate Shortland had no new ideas for this. She's done She's done nothing really on her resume big. This was her first blockbuster, and they're gonna try to tout this as some outward success. It's just like no.
Well, they said the script was written in 11 days. So, that's one of the reasons. I mean, I loved the MCU. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was always more of a DC guy because Superman, but I wasn't somebody who was like, oh, DC's better than Marvel. I liked both comics. I may not be as versed in the Marvel world as I am DC, but I like the MCU. And one of the reasons I've really stopped watching is because of the comedy and the lack of great storytelling and stuff. So the comedy just gets ridiculous anymore. That last Thor movie, don't even get me started on that. I mean, because I know a lot of people hate the Dark World, but I like the Dark World. I like the more serious tone of it.
Both.
I wasn't a big fan of Ragnarok. It's got its moments.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some great moments in Ragnarok, especially when Thor goes all lightning and shit. But it's just like the comedy just destroys it.
Well, yeah, that was another movie where the tone was completely misplaced. It's like, why is everyone joking and having a good time during fucking Ragnarok? Pay attention to the title.
Right.
It's like I don't think you quite grasp what Ragnarok actually is.
Right.
So I mean, it's just, I don't know. I haven't watched Black Widow. I haven't watched Captain Marvel. I didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. I did watch WandaVision, but it's like,
my son and I. I'm sorry, go ahead, Finn.
No, go ahead. I was done. I was just.
My son was asking me about that. He was like, if I ever watched any of the shows, and I was like, no. I said, I haven't been able to really watch Disney. I wanted to watch WandaVision. I was interested in Falcon and the Winter Soldier before it came out. I also was interested in Loki. He's one of my favorite characters. I mean, it's whatever. He's a cocksucker. And whatever now, But I really was interested in seeing those things. It's just like I've been so disinterested with Disney, I haven't wanted to watch any of it. But he was asking me, he says, you're gonna check it out. So I might watch some of it with him. He was interested in seeing Black Widow, so we might watch that. But it's just the thing about the comments that are made by people like David Arbor, the politics that are injected, the people that say just reckless stuff on Twitter. You can have whatever opinion you want, right? But it's just that really does hinder anyone's possible enjoyment of watching any of these series or being able to support any of these movies or having a positive outlook of a franchise. And it's affect things like my son and I, who up until I became part of TFM, that whole era of my life, I would support Disney. I would support the MCU. Loved the MCU. We'd go and see every single movie.
Yep.
It's just it's a shame that comments like this create division, like within a fandom or within a fan base.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's true.
Absolutely, and that's the thing is you take one of these actors, and all they have to do is one soundbite, one hot take, and it causes it's like pebbles in a pond. It just causes ripples, you know, and that's the caveat. And yeah, Bruce brings up a good point. Says you're right, Steven, but I'm not going to give them my capitalist money. I'm going to Pirate Bay. And Bruce, absolutely, man, absolutely. I was, you know, like I said, if my kid and my wife weren't like down to go see it, I probably would have just sailed the highest seas, you know. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's not like Star Wars where I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not going. I don't give a shit what movie comes out. I ain't going to see it. You know, I don't care what show comes out. I'm not watching it. I'm done. You don't want me as a customer because I'm an evil motherfucker because I'm white. Well, fuck you. You're not getting my money. And I know Marvel's owned by the mouse, but I don't take it as personally on the Marvel side as I do with Star Wars. You know, I wasn't, you know, a huge Marvel Comics fan as a kid. I read some, you know, I think every kid at one point read Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the comics I've read later on in life, you know. But the movies, you know, I've watched the MCU since day one, and it's like they went from, you know, they've gone from good storytelling and listening to, I think it was Cameron Pasha on Midnight's Edge talk about how this will be the last of the well-written movies in the MCU. And I'm just like, or this tone anyway, I'm just like, if this is the last of the good movies in the MCU, then the quality is going to just, oh my God, you know, how steep is that cliff it's going to fall off of at this point.
Right.
You know, because that's got to be just a huge drop off. Because, I mean, you look at what's coming up, and it's like, I mean, in context, it really does make sense. And we brought up the Matt Damon quote earlier from the Bounding into Comics article, and that is actually our third headline of the evening here for this Just the Headline segment. Matt Damon says that doing research for his role in Stillwater was an, quote, eye-opening experience that challenged his preconceived notions of blue-collar America. As somebody who lives in a flyover state, you know, these Hollywood people, they look at people like me like we're fucking, you know, just garbage. So it's kind of funny to see one of these elites try to pretend to understand, you know, and it's like, you know, and I know a lot of these guys weren't born, some of them, not a lot of them, but some of them weren't born rich, you know, they actually were born, you know, kind of poor or whatever, but no, I just, they're so insulated from reality at this point, especially people like Matt Damon that I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
Damon. Well, out there, you know, it's just New York and California. That's America.
Yep.
So
that goatee looks like it came straight out of a Halloween store.
Has his head gotten fat? Maybe that's just age.
His face finally filled out.
Is that what it is? He's got a dad bod now.
Yeah.
I think he probably did like a corn-fed diet for this role. Try to look more real American.
Well, he said in the article, he's like, you know, you don't realize how strong these guys are. He goes, you know, they're not like six-pack ab guys, but they're like strong. It's like, is that what you think strength actually like? I was like, dude, you've never met lumberjacks, bro. They don't have abs. You're talking big ass barrel chested motherfuckers that like lift tree trunks and shit.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, and cut with fucking chainsaws and use axes and shit, bro. These aren't, you know, these aren't fucking dudes that are doing sit-ups. They're out fucking moving shit, you know. They're pushing weight.
They're not having soy shakes and
yeah, no. They're not drinking kale fucking smoothies after they go to the fucking yoga, you know, hot yoga.
I need a moss shake for my lip dick.
and I should take shots at yoga. Yoga's fucking excellent, but you understand the context of the fucking joke, you know. No, man, Matt Damon is a fucking tool bag. He is. But what say the panel? I'll shut up.
No, please. Tool bag was a great ending.
Well, as someone from Oklahoma, I know a lot of guys out of high school that did the oil rig life and stuff in state, in Texas, and like Pennsylvania and stuff, doing blue collar work. And I work in a factory, so I know blue collar people myself. I I know the reality of the state I'm from, where flyover state, there's not much to show off but Sooners and the Thunder. Maybe if you're into Indian history, but otherwise it's pretty boring state. It's not a headline place. And
there's a Dairy Queen.
No, Brahms is the real thing to go to if you're down there. But anyway, I do appreciate this take, and I didn't know. Apparently, he said, kind of milquetoast kind of comments about Trump when he was in office, which is more than you can get from most Hollywood people. Kind of had like a Tiger Woods comment of like, well, let's get behind the guy. Hope he does well, so it's good for our country. It's more you can say from any of these other shit bags from Hollywood. And him actually addressing the reality of like, I've actually experienced, I understand these people, I understand why they be for Trump. About the only person I've seen in Hollywood say anything like that is, of all people, Michael Moore. But he's from Flint, so he kind of he challenged Nike, like, hey, build a place here, actually employ us. But yeah, he's still part of the hive, and he undercuts with like, yeah, Kamala and Biden are so great in California, and I want her to be president. So like he's still of the horde. Yep. And this is the thing, like, until proven otherwise, like someone like Carano or kind of hints like Chris Pratt, you should just always assume anyone in Hollywood's a fucking insulated snowflake libtard until shown otherwise, and you'll be a lot less mad if you just go off of that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't get mad at David Harbour. I'm like, what an idiot. Like,
you just come to expect it.
Yeah, I appreciate this take, but at the same time, it's like how much of this is trying to be like PR for his movie coming out.
Right. That's it. They're always looking for PR. That's the thing. My sketchbook 340 says Michael Moore's a freaking idiot. Okay, so Michael Moore has a house on, I believe it's Torch Lake, which is about an hour and a half north of me. And he frequents a car dealership up in Traverse City, Michigan. And my dad bought one of his vehicles there. And my dad's talking to the salesman. He's bullshitting with him, and the guy's like, yeah. And my dad is and like I said, I've made my stance very clear. My dad is a very outspoken conservative, and him and I don't agree on a lot of shit. And he was talking to the guy, and they were talking about Michael Moore coming in there because it was around the time when the Traverse City Film Festival is held, and he always comes into Traverse City, Michigan for that film festival. So he comes in there, and he'll bring his vehicle in for service, or he'll come in to buy a vehicle, and they said the salesmen fucking hate him. They said they fucking hate him. He's a prick. He's fucking cheap. He complains about everything, and it's like, yep. My dad was like, "Why don't you just throw him a bag of fucking cheeseburgers? That'll shut him up." And it's like, that's exactly how my dad is a fucking Marine. He's a retired undercover cop. He doesn't fucking care. He's 70 years old. He's got Agent Orange in Vietnam. He doesn't give a fuck. There's zero given there. Yeah, he was ripping up. He goes, "Hey, let's throw him a fucking bag of cheeseburgers." And the salesman all got a kick out of it. They're like, "No, like he's an asshole. Like we hate him." Hail Fenrir fire.
Like the great Adam Carolla has said in the past, in 1999, Michael Moore was he was a normal dude, maybe a little left-leaning. And through the past, 20 some odd years, he has slowly transitioned to an out-of-work lesbian trucker. So I think... you would be cheap too, Etep. So
that is great.
That is pretty much a perfect analogy for Michael Moore. I don't think a better analogy has ever been made.
He was like a goblin from like the Hobbit movies. Remember the goblins? Like,
he
kind of sunk in on himself.
He's starting to implode.
I feel like his head is collapsing. You know what I mean?
He's just imploding into himself. He's gonna form like this just fucking shit abyss of blubber. It's gonna happen. Hang on.
A supernova in slow motion.
A supernova of Michael Moore. Just look at this. Just look at him. That is an old lesbian.
now Google Michael Moore 1999.
That's Rachel Maddow in 20 years.
That's an old
lesbian.
Would you say Michael Moore in 1999?
Yeah, Google him and see what he used to just look like. Dude.
Yeah, he looked filled out.
Holy shit. He was like normal. Well, he got all fucking, was it Roger and me after he lost his job because he was an auto exec. After he lost his fucking job, he was like, "Nyeh, I'm gonna pout. I lost my job." I wish I would have done that when the fucking shop I was working at closed. This was him in 1999 right here. Like, he was the awful truth. I turned into a lesbian.
Yeah, when I was like really
that is an awful truth.
way more of a fucking lib than I am now. Yeah, I liked him back then, but yeah, then he just I don't know. He morphed into, what the hell is that picture? Look at his chin. What the hell dude? That's too many burgers. You see that one in the second row all the way at the end? Oh my god!
Oh, right here. Look at that.
Look at that head.
Peter Griffin.
You can't tell where his head starts and his neck fucking stops.
It's like a Rush Limbaugh.
Rosie O'Donnell cosplay.
The sexiest man alive. That's I should right now. I need the fucking Wilford Brimley diabetes. Fucking
goatees look like a long driveway. Do not hide double chins. All right, man. You gotta give that up.
Oh, that's my boy. So we're at the bar a couple weeks ago with one of my buddies, and me, him, my wife, one of my other friends are sitting there, and he said this is the night we're sitting there, and this guy across the bar, his wife's one of the waitresses. She points out, and he's like, "Hey, dude," he goes, "Your beard's fucking awesome." I'm like, "Well, thank you." And Jason's like, "Yeah, he uses it to hide his fat fucking face." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, you fucking dick." as he's like literally like I'm like 222 and he's like 280. And he's like, yeah, he's hiding, and he knows he's fucking. I was like, "You fucking asshole." I'm like, "No." I was like, "It's because I look goofy without a beard." He goes, "Yeah, it's because your fucking face is so fat." I was like, "I'm gonna slap you off your fucking bar stool, bud." But seriously, on another note though,
You will be silent.
that's what I said. But let's take a break here. We'll hit up these messages. Like, I lied, man. I lied. I'm just going to play fucking Wakanda Land, all right? I'm going to play Wakanda Land. You're going to fucking watch it. I'm going to cue an article up. So get ready to watch Tony's fucking video because it's hilarious. Wow.
Do you ever look around at your continent and feel a little down? Ashamed of where you come from? Do you ever see your parents offered up to a Libyan warlord from your cage and silently wish to yourself, reality can be whatever I want? My friends, are you simply hungry?
Hi, I'm trans non-binary Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and I'm inviting you to experience the other side of reality. Relax, recuperate, and reinvent yourself at our newest and most diverse Walt Disney World Resort. When real life doesn't quite cut it, come experience our version of Africa. Introducing Wakanda Land.
Book your reservation at Wakanda Land today and get a free 30-day trial to Lucasfilm writer Leslie Headland's new dating app, Wine and Dynasty. It's a sure thing every time. Available for download through the App Store or Google Play.
That never gets old, man. That was
Hi, I'm trans non-binary Disney CEO Bob Chapek.
That is cool.
Very on top at the end.
Oh, speaking of lesbian truckers. Oh, all right. Oh.
So
what's next?
We're gonna talk about Black Widow now. Now this is full spoilers. So I just want to say first and foremost, what's this the dude's name at the far right of this picture here? This is this is OJ Fag Bentley or whatever his name is, Fag Bentley.
Bentley.
That's who we were talking about.
Yeah, that guy. Fucking yeah. I don't. What
would he like Loki's fluid?
I think he would.
Okay.
I really
That guy was only there because they were like, dude, we need a minority in this that actually has a speaking role.
Right? They were like, hey, bud, and like I don't recognize. I mean, I'm sure this guy's, but my wife's like, he's in a show I'm watching. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck. I know the name, but I don't know what else he was in. I'm just like, what the fuck? What is this guy's purpose?
How did he get a hold of a Quinjet?
Yes, that was my. I'm like, at the end of that movie, when you told, because you told me beforehand that he got a Quinjet, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, I need this in context. And you're like, he's got a fucking Quinjet. He just shows up with a Quinjet. I'm like,
he had time and money, guys. That's all the explanation you need.
Well, shit, if I get time and money, I want to get me a Quinjet.
I'm upset that okay, I understand the sister not looking in Tasha's direction. Everybody else is kind of looking at her like, yeah, I'd hit that. And I understand. I just want to say I understand. God. I'm sorry. I see Scarlett Johansson, and I just want to make babies. I
will say this: like Florence Pugh, she's not like I liked her character. Okay, I did like the character a little bit. I thought she was funny and kind of serious. I like her. She's got a sort of like panache. I kind of like that. It's like I don't know. There's something about her. I mean, she's got that wagon too that doesn't hurt. But I mean, I like him. I like him a little bit thicker than ScarJo. ScarJo's a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong, but but no, I liked her. I liked her character. I can't say that she is a good replacement for Scarlett Johansson. I can't say that at all. I mean, working in conjunction with, yes, to replace, no. She doesn't have that it factor that
she
Scarlett
looks strong.
Johansson
I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but she does have a strong presence. And Rachel Weisz, I mean, yeah. Yes.
She was underutilized in this movie.
Yeah,
was she?
She was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible for a thin woman. I'm sorry, for a thin woman, like she did that scene in Scorpion? What the hell was it? Oh, the Mummy too.
The Mummy.
That fight scene, which was really cool. She was believable. Mm-hmm. It being a hot, thin, actress.
Yep.
And I like her presence. I've liked her presence in every movie that I've watched her in. So that's a shame that she wasn't utilized. Sorry, Red, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I agree with you there, but and I also agree with you, Etep. She was underutilized, and I didn't care for her presence in this one. It had no impact on me. But yeah, I liked Florence's character too. The problem again is the tone. Like if this would have been her character like a couple movies from now, after she's adjusted and had some time in the world, sure. But I'm sorry, I just don't buy that. You're a slave for 20 years, and as soon as you snap out of it, it's just it's snarky, sarcastic, fun bitch time.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. Starting with the beginning of the movie. Okay, so like Tony said, the beginning it's a completely different story. Like the beginning is actually good. Like if you look at it, I thought the beginning was kind of well done. But it sets the whole tone. But it doesn't make sense. You find out, David Arbor, Red Guardian, is Russia's Captain America. So why the fuck is he working an undercover assignment like this? It made no fucking sense to me. It's like, so you're gonna take the most recognizable superhero in Russia, or the only superhero in Russia, and you're gonna make him an undercover operative in America? Like nobody's gonna know who the fuck he is if he's on the same level with Captain America.
Because he's a father figure, so you got to cuck him.
Right? That's it. And he's a white guy too, so then it's like double jeopardy.
And a horrible father at that, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah, he gave his fucking girls away to Dreykov, which that fucking jackass, don't get me started on him. We'll talk about that later. But so the beginning, you get all the backstory and, setting up, what they're doing and what their mission is. It's all exposition. It's an exposition dump right at the beginning of the movie because they're like, oh yeah, you don't know what the fuck's going on here. This is what's happening. Hail Runner, how are you, sir? Again, we grant you the title of Lord, but we do not give you a seat on this council. Something like that.
Poor Runner. Come on, his balls dropped, you poor guy.
Look. Listen. Listen. Oh God, what the hell? That's just racist. I didn't say anything wrong. Settle down, little man. But I mean, what did you guys that have seen it? What did you think of like the opening of the movie? How they set everything up?
I thought the opening was okay. I don't know. It felt unnecessary. Like the whole thing just felt unnecessary, other than filling the role of Black Widow with somebody else.
I think the PR it's been pushed with this Me Too, which has actually been going on for over a year.
Yep.
About this Me Too angle, it hamstrung this movie for anybody that might have been interested before they heard that, because the Me Too angle is actually like pertinent, and there's this real kind of symbolism of like sex trafficking with the system of the Red Room, and it's like that's interesting, you know. And then the reality that you see with like in Age of Ultron, where Natasha's talking about how like, you know, she can't have kids and stuff, they like remove that and stuff. That all ties together pretty well, actually. I feel like this movie is very comparable to Birds of Prey, a film that I like. Having read like the first Harley Quinn comic, it does have that spirit, but there's that agenda as well. And the Galentine's Day film, this one, the Me Too angle actually works, but it's underutilized. You know, it's like Wakanda, where it's like, oh yeah, we're kind of blood on our hands for not trying to do anything with Africa. It's the same with this film, where they have a concept of how cruel and vicious this system is, preying on girls thrown away or what have you, or bought from parents or stolen from parents. And then just like, whatever, let's just free them, and like we're gonna be all happy now. And I don't know, it's just tone is everywhere.
And that you're absolutely right. It kind of jumped around. Tony, you have anything you want to add on like the first act of the movie?
So I enjoyed the first act of the movie. Couple weird things here or there, but it seemed interesting. But, you know, we could have gotten a little, I don't know, maybe even just by the second act, a little bit more of the villain, because I feel like that's what this movie was really lacking, was, you know, an actual threat.
There's no stakes. There's literally zero stakes in the whole movie. It's like, that's the way I looked at it. It was like, okay, so what are we going to throw at the wall here to, you know, hold our interest for 2 hours and 5 minutes, or 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. I like I said, the first act, okay, so we set up that David Arbor gave the girls away. Let me say first, Culture Casino showed up. Hail Culture Casino, my brother. I said Colossus is Russian, Dark Star is Russian, Red Ghost, lots of them, right? But they wouldn't take them guys and put them undercover. Like Red Guardian is your Captain America, basically, you know. So putting him undercover to me didn't make any sense.
Well, how was he? How was Red Guardian in the movie?
Okay, so let me. Okay, I'll start out with this by saying, okay, so during Comrade, his break from Gulag, he actually looked like, okay, this guy is now, knowing everything that we knew about the movie going in. You knew it wasn't an if, it was a when he turned into a complete fucking bumbling jack-off.
Okay.
And it was somewhere between breaking the prison and their way to Rachel Weisz's house that he turned into a complete bumbling jack-off.
It was the period talk.
It was the period talk. It was the period
broke him.
talk. Yep. Yeah, he was a complete fucking moron.
Should I bring tampons to this movie?
Throw them at the screen like they're spoons at a showing of The fucking Room. Lord Runner says God damn it, I just called him Runner. Lord Runner. Damn it, I did it again. Runner said Red Guardian was stupid. There, you got it out of me, Runner. There you go. That's what she said. But seriously, he was. They made him look like a complete idiot. And, you know, he's talking, hey, fight Captain America, and, you know, bingers in Mish and whatnot. You know, I don't know. It was fucking funny. I'm like, this guy's just, like, they cucked him out. They made him a fucking joke. He was ineffectual. Like, they tried to give him a serious fight scene against Taskmaster, and or a task fucking mistress, and he's just getting his ass beat, and it's like,
And the earpiece, dude.
oh god, that was yeah. So they have their scene where Rachel Weisz. Okay, so this is getting towards the end of the movie, but long story short, David Arbor thinks he has an earpiece, and he's talking to Natasha in the earpiece, and Rachel Weisz is like, "I'm sorry, you don't have one." He's like, "Why not?" She goes, "We only had two." She's like, "You're not talking to anybody," because he's like going into this speech talking to her, and he doesn't have a fucking earpiece, and it's like, holy fucking shit, dude! Like,
wouldn't you feel that?
Yeah. I think you would. I think you would.
It sounds horrible.
Like he's even reaching at his ear. So it's
he is. He's like touching his ear, like he's in the Secret fucking Service. I'm like, but you would know it was there, unless it shoved its way in your ear canal, you asshat. Like, why? Like, why? I didn't want to go into this movie and just pick it apart and shit on it. I didn't. I did not want to do that. I went in, and like I said, there's parts of it I did enjoy. Like, some of the action sequences were good. The fight sequences, I think, were well choreographed. Now, can we talk about Taskmaster? Because Runner just said, what they did to Taskmaster was offensive. Holy shit.
Really?
Clearly a fucking man, which it's a male stuntman. Az did a video about it earlier, Heels vs. Babyface. It's a male stuntman the entire movie. And then they do, like, my motion tracking on Filmora 10.5 is almost as good as the CGI to put that actress's face onto this dude's body when they took the helmet off of Taskmaster.
No.
It was fucking bad.
So it was like Red Hulk. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, it's.
What does Red Hulk say, Gaze? What's
you talking about Trans Hulk? Transformer Hulk?
Snow Hulk, whatever the hell it is.
Winter Hulk is not here.
Okay, all right. I was watching Vinny's stream yesterday. Red says, "Smash balls." I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
You're talking about
Winter Hulk.
Fucking Transformer Hulk. Fucking Hulk. You get basically this. It's Hulk with red body paint on, in a crop top and a fucking blonde wig. You're welcome. There's fucking Winter Hulk.
So I mean, there was no shape whatsoever to Taskmaster to indicate it was feminine. Isn't that a male character though?
Yes, it's a male character. What's his name? Something Masters. Tony Masterson. Yeah. It was like, what are you doing? Like, it's, and the big twist is, it's the task mistress is Dracov's daughter. And okay, so the Budapest thing, we're just gonna go right to Budapest. We'll kind of jump all over the place. And if guys on the panel, if there's anything particular points you want to bring up, just bring them up. But the Budapest thing, I want to talk about that because this is something that we've been talking about for a long fucking time, gentlemen. We've been talking about Budapest because Budapest has been teased since what? The Avengers? You know what I mean?
You and I remember Budapest entirely differently or some shit.
Exactly. And they've alluded to it movie after movie after movie. And we always said, if and when they actually pay this off, it is going to disappoint everybody because after that much,
sex life. Yeah, God,
right? It's all that buildup with no delivery.
That's right.
How do you disappoint a tree, Steven? Anyway, moving on. No tree talk this evening.
It gets all naughty.
Weepy willows.
Weepy willows. Nice. Consenting weeping willows. Anyway. But no, after all that, anticipation for the payoff to this Budapest storyline, you knew people were going to be disappointed, and just to find out that it was them killing Dracov's daughter and then hiding out for 10 days in that fucking vent, and these are arrow holes and blah 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 blah. I'm just like, oh god, like that's it, like that was it. That's all.
It.
Okay, you should have left it ambiguous. At least it was fun to speculate at that point without the actual payoff. What did you guys think of that though?
See, personally, when they hint at stuff like that in movies, I like for them to leave it a mystery. I don't like for them to go back and show it because I like to play with it in my mind. Because when they show it, it's going to suck, no matter if it's a good movie or not. So
you mean kind of like the Kessel Run?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Thanks, Red.
You're welcome.
Oh, the Castle Run. That is absolutely right. Brutal Morning was, how do you disappoint a tree? One nut at a time.
Thanks, Brutal.
Keely Chow, can anyone imagine a weeping willow that sounds like Grace Randolph? Oh, Jesus.
Ah.
Why, Keely? Keely, stop it. Stop it, Keely.
You know that freaking Budapest thing. I don't speak Hungarian. I never heard a Hungarian say it, but I'm taking Romanian, and it's very clear when you do sh versus s's or chuz. And with like just reading the origin of the language, I'm like, where is this from? Like, it's a Indo-European language. Doesn't sound German rooted. Like, that just annoys me, especially when a Russian is saying it in Florence Pugh's character as Budapest. Like, that just irked me.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson has a horrible accent. Like, she cannot do a fucking accent. Florence Pugh's, I thought, was all right. You know, it was. And
did she try? Did ScarJo try to do a Russian accent?
She has before, though. Remember, she had one back.
What, Iron Man 2?
Yeah, it was Iron Man 2. And they dropped that quick. Let's not do that. Frankie Knows says, do you think they'll profit from this movie or not? Will we ever know? Legitimately,
yeah, right.
That's the caveat. Frankie Knows. Will we ever truly see if they actually profited? Because they say they spent $200 million. I would say it's probably closer to $3 million with everything marketing wise.
Honestly, I think, in my opinion, people have not really had much to go to the theaters for, and a lot of people are lighting up restrictions, and they just want to get out and do something. And it's something I guess you could take your kids to, minus the period talk and laughing at hysterectomies. But so I think this film will end up making a profit. I don't know if it'll be a huge profit, but I think it will.
I think it'll make more money than the Eternals will.
Yeah,
I think that's true.
I do. I think it'll definitely make more money than Shang-Chi. I think their Shang-Chi and the Eternals are going to be your bottom tier, lowest grossing Marvel films.
I mean, what happens if these films come out and they're good?
Hopefully, yeah. I would love to be wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people will never know because they've given up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the caveat. Go ahead, Tony.
Two things I want to see coming out of this movie. Number one, I don't think I've seen Rachel Weisz in any movies before. I'm not sure. She doesn't look familiar to me, but she was rocking that Black Widow outfit. She looked good in that.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of her, kind of more than I want to see more of Yelena. But I'm not very into Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, Madame Hydra or whatever. But I do want to see what kind of team she's putting together.
I think it's going to be the Thunderbolts. I think they're finally leaning on it. It's going to be, so far you got John Walker, you'll have Yelena Belova, you're going to probably Taskmistress. You're going to get Red Hulk because why else would they keep William Hurt's old ass around? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's where they're leaning is on that Thunderbolts team. Let me acknowledge the chat real quick. Oh God, manliness and motivation. Would Jeffrey Toobin whack it to a tree?
Wait.
E-Tap, don't forget about West Coast, by the way.
Wait, is that the guy that whacked it on a stream on accident?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on accident.
Really?
I think it
CNN.
was. I hope it was.
I hope it was on it. I've just been sitting there in the stream being like, oh shit, I forgot I'm masturbating. What the fuck? God damn. I was in the middle of reading super chats and I just fucking forgot I was tugging one off. Fuck. It's like I heard somebody say dick out and I was like, yeah, I golfed earlier today. Oh shit, I'm actually stroking. What the Somebody's gonna soundbite that. Don't soundbite that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do it. Nothing good can come from that. That's what she said. The men's room says, "What's up, fam? Hope you're doing good." Hail, Seth, Appalachian American. What's up, my brother? Jeffrey Toobin whacked it to a tree. What's up, Linkalex7? How you doing, bro? He says Black Widow, New Jersey's greatest spy. It's Darren, like my father before me. Insomnia strikes, though I'd say hello. Angela's Draven. Is it me you're looking for?
Sing it.
Angelus Draven. Deadpool is the only character that Taskmaster's muscle memory doesn't work on because of him being so erratic in his fighting ability. I still hold out hope for Deadpool. I really do. God damn.
Yeah.
Link
Oh,
Lex
wait,
is,
speaking of Deadpool, it's funny. I don't know if you know on Twitter, Discussing Film or Culture Crave, one of those Twitter handles that does like a lot of movie stuff and announcements and everything. They had this big picture of like all these upcoming Marvel TV shows and movies coming out where it's like She-Hulk, Shang-Chi, etc. It's like, which one are you looking forward to the most? And Rob Liefeld's like, Deadpool.
oh shit, that's what Rob Liefeld don't care though. I love about he's just like he'll say shit. It's fucking awesome. But so we're caught up on the chat. Parrothead said, "Look up Sleeping Beauty. It has Liv Tyler and Rachel Weisz."
Stealing Beauty.
Oh, Stealing Beauty. Sorry.
Is that the one where she gets naked?
Oh,
The
what?
one where she
I'm
gets
down.
butt
Who?
Rachel Weisz. She gets naked, and
Oh,
I can't
shit.
remember what movie it is.
I'm pretty sure she gets butt fucked by like a hate fucked by her guy or whatever.
Oh, shit. Angus, you
Yeah.
got. I'm looking up now. Thank you.
That's and Steven is make sure your camera's off,
Steven.
Oh,
Steven.
camera's off. Yeah, I'm stroking it live.
Mute your mic and don't go tubing.
Just shaking a ketchup bottle. That's all.
Speaking of James Bond, Daniel Craig is her husband. So I
Yep.
think they did that movie together, and she gets like buck naked, full frontal, everything in that. So
Fanzine, we got to talk. You
He's like in super not super bad Knocked Up, where Fanzine's like one of those guys that try to make one of these websites and he's like, oh fuck, it's already been made.
right.
no, I've just seen and read about so many dang movies that just like it's useless information in my head.
It's not useless to me, buddy.
Yeah, it's not useless.
Wait, Liv Tyler gets naked in Stealing Beauty? Okay.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Now you have you had my
She
interest.
shows her titties.
Now, you
I've seen those pictures.
You had my interest. Now, sir, you have my attention.
Oh, Mr. Candy.
Wait,
Monsieur Candy.
I have the Monsieur Kelvin Candy. I do believe I still have that avatar. There it is right there. As you can see, I'm Monsieur Candy. So, oh god. So I had to. I don't even know why. Because Black Widow, there's a lot of gunshots, and I used this. I made this meme earlier. I was just in an odd mood earlier. And I'm looking through Fox 2 News from Detroit, and this rapper's getting out of jail. And on his way out of jail, he's walking out with his girl. Right. This motherfucker gets shot 64 times walking out of jail.
Damn.
Walking out of jail. So what does my ass do? I clip the fucking headline of it. I clip the headline from Fox 2 News, and I throw Calvin Candy's picture on there, the laughing Leo face meme, and I send it to Tony. I'm just like, God damn it. God damn it. This motherfucker was this close to freedom, walking out of jail, and just, look out, there's 64 bullets. I was like, at what point did you just like stop reloading? God damn.
That is a bit of overkill.
Right? It's wait. Rachel Weisz is in the Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe
50 Cent got shot 9 times.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But this motherfucker 64 times. Rapper getting out of jail. That's news. It wasn't news. I think it was the time he got shot. He got shot 64 times. But I was just like, is that exit and
we got to put 50 Cent in that Jim from The Office meme looking through the blinds.
Yep.
Man, 2 worlds crashing together. I love it.
64 times and dies. That's a 50 Cent in the car laughing and pulling away, fucking giving right there. Just...
All right, I gotta give a shout out to Parrothead. If y'all are in the Parrothead network, he sends some of the best pictures your way.
Yes, he does.
Thank you for Rachel Weisz, my brother. Both ends.
Oh, wait, do I need to check
there you go.
Yeah. Parrothead's working it right now. He
did. He did. I got
send that my way, Steven.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe you never seen that.
No, I have not.
Well, you're welcome, Steven, that I brought that up.
No, God, no, disobedience was so boring.
Parrothead, add Black Angus to the list, please. Send him them pictures. Trust me, he'll appreciate you.
Linkalex says stealing beauties, as Archer would say, stop. My penis can only get so erect.
That's what I was thinking looking at that Lunchables ad.
Build it, stack it, a quick and easy lunch kids love. And so do their stepmoms. Hey-o, have some salami. But seriously though,
let me be serious with you.
Let me be, if I can be serious for a minute though. Florence Pugh is fucking smashable as fuck. Like she is. Like,
well, she gets naked in that movie with Chris, whatever from Star Trek movies.
Midsummer.
No, that'd be what, the King, Outlaw King.
Yeah, the Outlaw King. She gets naked in that movie with him.
Now I'm really gonna watch it.
Yep. Okay. Now it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, they both get bug ass naked in that. Just everything.
I bet even with that beautiful girl buck ass naked, Chris Pine still had that same stupid look on his face.
He just looks kind of bewildered and surprised. All at the same time. It's just like
he constantly looks like he just invented fire.
Got this far away, wondrous look on his face.
Don't be hating on my boy Chris Pine.
No, that's a good movie though. Outlaw King is a good movie.
I remember when Patty Jenkins made a statement about Chris. She said she casted Chris Pine because he wasn't a beta. I remember doing a video about that article. It was last year, and I was just like, I wouldn't say Chris Pine is a beta at all. I like him for the most part, but yeah, like Tony said, he does always have like a weird look on his face that I don't understand. It's like he'll be, you see him in an interview just staring like off camera, like what the fuck, looking around behind you, like what the fuck is this motherfucker looking at? Can he see my house? Like, is there a dude with a knife behind me or something? What the fuck?
Well, shout out to Parrothead. Thank you for Liv Tyler. I love you, Parrothead. Appreciate it. Keep it up. Keep up the great work, sir. Thank you.
Parrothead is a purveyor of very, very exquisite memes as well.
He'll just send it to you out of random. It's just he's a wonderful resource.
I just opened up there's like 7 Parrothead memes. I just opened up a DM and there's like just 7 of them right there. Yeah, I want the Rachel Wise one too, Parrothead. Don't just send me the Russian Olympic female athlete with balls hanging out of her fucking high jump outfit, you dick. Jesus Christ.
Well, he knows what you like, I
guess. As if I don't have enough fucking problems as it is. Now I got fucking Olga pole vault with her nuts falling out of her fucking singlet. Like a fucking Project Power Ranger. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on over here? This is fucking savagery, I tell you. Where the fuck were we
you're just nuts, man.
Where were we at with? I used to think you were crazy, but now I can see you're nuts. Where were we at with Black Widow?
We stopped with hot chicks and then just went off the rails.
That's about like how interesting this movie was. Oh, can we just talk about the fact that the fucking Red Room is motherfucking Bespin? Hey, Kate Shortland and Eric guy that wrote the fucking script in 11 days. Go fuck yourselves. Goddamn, the Red Room is not Cloud City, you fucking assholes. Oh yeah, the Red Room is basically fucking Bespin. How on God's green earth do you keep a fucking apparatus that size floating in the atmosphere where the FAA and all NASA and all these other places have satellites and drones and planes and
get out of here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fucking Bespin, bro.
You can't tell me he wouldn't have flown that over to Sokovia to pick up some refugees.
Is it run by a pansexual person of color?
No, it's an old white guy.
You can't tell me that guy wouldn't be flying over Mexico right now.
Look at him all lined up. He's like, I'm just gonna pick up about 1,000 and we'll just spit out what we don't need. Like, that's the way this motherfucker was, though, dude. Like, it was like a human trafficking operation.
Man, see, the thing is, like Angus was saying, man, her story is built for that. The Red Widow or Black Widow story is built for that. I mean, legitimately had these programs in Russia where they took these girls and trained them to be like these very sexy dominatrix, like women and like manipulate them to do this crap, and then they just make it into a giant joke about hysterectomies and periods. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole point of the hysterectomies is alluding to like, if we got to sleep with someone to get information for our mission,
exactly.
That's why it's never a liability for us. We're never going to get pregnant or get feelings and run away or something. And the fact that they never, like, especially with her own movie, make that part of the plot where she's like, that was part of the thing in Avengers is like she was a date or something. Maybe she's found out, but that's part of her plan. They never made her the actual femme fatale. It's like, what's the point of this kind of SF operative unit of women if you're not utilizing the plus of women being sexual allure? They did this better in X-Men First Class with like a desk jockey agent getting in her panties to infiltrate. That's never part of this plot. And that was the biggest like letdown. Not because it's like, oh, I want to see hot girls. That's gonna be what the fucking Twitter rejects will be like. Incels, you can't fap to. It's like, no, that's something intriguing. Otherwise, I'd rather just have fucking Green Beret men. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever watched the Peggy Carter series when it was on.
No, but I've been meaning to. I DVR'd the whole thing and never got to watch it.
They actually bring this up in Peggy Carter. There's a chick in the first season that is done so much better than what you guys are describing. She is legitimately done in the exact way, and you don't even know she's like one of them until the twist is revealed.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, like, the Peggy Carter show wasn't that great, but they did do the because like they hinted at Black Widow's story through this chick because she was part of the Red Room. She was part of that. She came from there. So and they did her actually really well.
They could have tied this in with real life politics. They could have had one of the Black Widows have been the honeypot for Eric Swalwell.
Like I heard another YouTuber mention this. I'd give credit. I can't remember who, but I don't like how the way they went about creating the Black Widows with like technology that kind of takes away from what Fanzcene you were just talking about. The old Soviet spies. I mean, they would be trained through methods and propaganda and this and that, and just to have it be technology, it kind of takes away from the whole mystique of just her story itself and the legend of the Red Room. And, like that, I feel like they could, that would have went a long way in the story had they kind of went the more classical method for training spies. Because, again, there was no... this movie was severely lacking in the villain department.
That's why they did Taskmaster. That's why they did Taskmaster. So it's like, ooh, now I'm going to look up who this villain is, so I'll be prepared. I'll look into comics or read this volume of like this iconic, villain, or I assume iconic. That's the one thing I'll say about the outrage of this. I agree. It was egregious to establish character and more, but I've never heard anyone like, man, I can't wait till there's a Taskmaster in the MCU. So
but Taskmaster wasn't a villain in the end.
No, they redeemed him again. Made her a fucking anti-hero. They
and she was mind controlled, right?
Yep, and they put the fucking gimmick on her, the magic fucking
RoboCop suit.
They put the widow nut on them, on their face. They sprayed the widow nut in their face, the red widow nut. They queef. That's a queef. It's a queef.
The blood queef.
They blood queefed in her face.
I missed you guys. Oh God.
And that broke the fucking spell. And like I said, just like with Florence Pugh earlier in the movie, after 20 some years of psychological conditioning and torture and basically mind control, here we go. She's cured and quippy and sarcastic. So Taskmistress is cured equally as fast.
What I don't get is how the hell what was the impetus for Black Widow to leave the Red Room organization? Right. I get that maybe this queef is a new invention to wipe their mind, but it didn't really make sense. All this training, all this life in the system, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is bad. I want to be free.
Right. There's a lot of conditioning, like the other Clown World and Fanzine were saying. There's a lot of conditioning that goes into creating these assassins, and like they can break it like that. You just can break the spell out of nowhere and start making jokes. That doesn't make sense.
That's literally Batwoman logic. That was like that's literally what they did with like Kate Kane on Batwoman with Enigma. What was her name? The Rhymes, Dr. Rhymes, the fucking psychiatrist was Enigma, the chick. And she was telling Alice and Ocean that Catesie's had a fucking trigger word, and all you have to do is say that, and it'll snap her out of her spell. And they're, oh, what is it? And then Ocean just runs up and snaps her fucking neck. That was one of my favorite scenes in the whole show. But seriously, so I was like, yeah, just one word. I was like, if Marvel's leaning in on DC, Arrowverse, Batwoman fucking logic, then may God have mercy on their souls.
I'm telling you, go back and watch the first season of Peggy Carter, because they do the Black Widow story. I mean, for a TV show, they do it really well, because they show how this woman is broken and everything, and she's not quippy, she's not funny, and she struggles with what she goes through, and it's actually very well done for a show that's not it's not that great, but it's very well done. And it's like it makes a better Black Widow than Black Widow almost.
I'm gonna have to watch that now.
I think the biggest letdown with like the villain aspect is like, sure, the overarching Draco, that makes sense, but Taskmaster was just like a puppet, and I was really hoping Milena, when they had the twist, I was hoping she'd actually be part of like the villainy. Like she could have been a Ghislaine Maxwell to his Epstein. And they're like, no, all the women are good, and he's just manipulative, and we're gonna get our freedom, girls. And it's like, it wasn't so overt like that, but that's the baseline to this fucking movie.
Yeah, as far as like the movie making me squeam, it never made me squeam. Like that guy from IndieWire said. It didn't really put me in my place. Dick still drives his car. So, it's, I looked at it like it was a movie. It did, like I said, it had good moments. There were few, but they were there. But like I said, the Red Room, I couldn't, once they hit that part, I was pretty much like, okay. And then you've got like male security guards. Okay, so are these guys as badass as the Black Widows, or are these just basically like, they're just basically stupid fucking stormtroopers that are gonna die if the fucking breeze hits them wrong. Okay, cool. All right, just wondering, why not have why not have the Black Widows do security if they're fucking that badass? It's like
they still got guys. Still got in to do the work.
Well, he pulled out that fucking map, right? And there's how many of these chicks around the world? Like what does he need a security force for?
Right? He's like, my widows can topple regimes. I'm like, but can they make sandwiches?
That's important.
when they were floating up, when they were flying in, like, we're going to the Red Room, I expected them to like fly into this big elaborate, I was like, oh cool, it's floating, it's Bespin. I'm like, is this going to be one big kitchen in the sky? Like, is it going to be like one big kitchen island where there's just a line of them, like, chopping their knives back, and you see them slicing down and looking, they're cutting bread. Like, I was like, is this what's going to happen? But no, I joke, but it was so fucking like wonky. Like, yeah, these women are bad enough to fucking take down a regime, but yeah, we still need these ineffectual male security guards, right?
And, relative to the size of the Red Room, that just huge craft, and then you do see that they're all over the world, there really weren't that many Black Widows on board. There's like maybe 12, 14, something like.
And only one of them dies in the whole fucking movie.
Wow.
The one chick at the beginning, when she's like, I'm not doing this, and she's like laying in that puddle and just electrocutes herself.
Guys, I hate to do this, but I gotta run. I gotta get on the road for work. I'm having a great time. Love this panel. Everybody on it. Love seeing you guys. Hail to the chat. I gotta head out. ETEP. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming on, Steven. I'm sorry I didn't see your message sooner, brother.
Oh, you're good, guys. You guys have a great night. Hail to the chat. Remember to support, subscribe to all the people on this panel. Support your independent creators out there. Be good to each other. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Peace.
See you, Steven.
See you, Steven.
I can't wait till the Babylon Bee makes an article where the Red Room becomes more inclusive and accepts the trans weightlifter in the Olympics. And
where's Stephanie? Oh yeah, I'm here to be a Black Widow now. Jesus.
We can talk about her hysterectomy and
You can shave my balls.
Topple governments is one thing, but can they sell me a well-made grilled cheese sandwich? Serve me a well-made grilled cheese sandwich. Let's see. Wait, Manly's motivation. Did they train the Black Widows to make the sandwiches, or is that innate? Is that an innate woman trait? Oh God. Black Widow 2 starring Pugh, written and directed by Caroline Dries. You fucking stop that, my sketchbook 340. You fucking stop that. You stop that. Oh, God. Yeah, I can just see that now.
Is that the Batwoman chick?
Yeah, she's a showrunner for Batwoman. Just the most self-loathing white woman. One of those, you know. Would cut off her nose to spite her face if it'd make her seem more woke. The pole vaulter is the new Widow. God damn it, Parrot Head. I heard that was new Batwoman in season 3. Oh, Jesus help me. But no, this movie had issues. And everybody was talking about the conclusion being messy. Wow, was that ever a mess?
Fucking Pew dropping that stick and going wee.
Right, just right down the old fucking shaft. That's what she said. Yeah, she shoved her stick into the flying Bespin City's pee hole, and it blew up. Like literally, it just blew everything up. And it's like, oh yeah, I love it. It's like, how long do you think it'd take for that motherfucker to crash, bitches? Like, yeah, and then in her doing her little skydive fucking air dance with Taskmistress on the way down, and they hit the ground. They're like best friendsies. It's like, wait, what? Y'all was just trying to kill each other 5 seconds ago. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It was the widow nut in the face.
She tried to murder you as a child before you had that chip implanted, and the first thing you do when you see her under your own free will is he gone? Like you're staring your attempted murderer in the face and you're worried about your dad. Like, I don't know.
Oh, can we talk about the scene with Dreykov and Natasha?
The nose.
Oh my God, yes, the nose break. Angus, go ahead. You can start, bro. Go ahead.
So I haven't seen it. There's a swap. That's the twist, all right? So when Taskmaster and company capture Black Widow, Elena, and Red Guardian, it seems like Milena is in on it with them, that she called them, and it's like, yeah, let's take them back and reprogram them or kill them off. And so she's flying up to the Red Room. So it's like, oh, we're about to land. And it's like, why are we going up? And then it's like, Bespin City. And so then it turns out they swapped suits, and they're wearing this mask thing like in Captain America Winter Soldier that they swapped. So Milena is actually Black Widow and vice versa. And they free each other and whatnot, and they get out. And she is before Dreykov and Taskmaster. And then she's trying to kill him, but there's this pheromonal safeguard that if you smell him, you can't hurt him. That you're preventing. You can't pull a trigger. You can't stab him with a knife. Even if he's assaulting you, you can't hit back. And so you get all these little scenes where it's like, oh yeah, actually this is a problem. So you're gonna have to sever the nerve. So she purposely breaks her nose once he does this kind of villain monologue and reveals how he accesses all this shit with his ring. And then she carries on. It's just context or not, the scene just looks weird as hell. Her smashing her face on the table. It looks like The Happening.
It was so fucking funny. I'm just like, oh my God, the whole thing comes down to pheromones. Yeah, here. Here, spray the nut in your face, and the pheromones won't affect you anymore.
Imagine sitting in the writing room. It's like, all right, so how do we do this? And it's like, this is what I tell you. And you're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
go right ahead.
Yep. Yeah, hey, how's she gonna defeat him? Okay, so check this out. She's gonna fucking smash her face off the desk like a psychopath, trying to get a Section 8 out of the fucking military like Klinger and MASH. All right, so instead of putting on a dress with a dude, this chick's just gonna smash her face off the desk, sever her artery, and then after it's all said and done, she's gonna fix her nose, and you're not even gonna be able to tell it was broke at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was genius writing right there. Like I want to congratulate the I can't remember the guy who wrote the script's name in 11 days, but yeah, or I might have been 11 minutes, judging by some of this movie. Like honestly,
it's like you could tell watching this movie at the point where they just stopped giving a fuck.
Right, they were just like, oh my god, how long has this thing been going? An hour and 20 minutes. We could have done this in 90. You know what, just throw a bunch of shit at the wall, do a couple focus groups. I don't care. I'm going to do some coke. And Kate Shortland left, and she was like wallabies and such. I don't know. But no, my sketchbook 340 says that scene was as clever as internet gas for the new warriors, the new warriors, the new woke warriors. Damn it, screen time. Oh shit, man. That fucking that part was just fringy. Dreykov was only in the movie for like what 5 minutes total. He had less screen time in Black Widow than Cat Pan Mediocre did in Endgame.
Yeah, like we should have gotten more Dreykov. Like
yeah,
they did okay with the Taskmaster. Bringing her in and out, but I mean, we should have gotten a couple more scenes with Dreykov in the, if not in the first act, maybe two brief scenes or something in the second act, something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And Vinny, big credit and shout out to Vinny Tartamella, man, over Vinny Art. He's been saying it from the very beginning. He was like, that Taskmaster, that's a fucking woman. He did. He's like, that's a fucking woman. It's gonna be a woman. Wow, I'll guarantee it's sure enough. Ends up being a woman. And I don't have a problem with it being a woman, but you're using a male stunt actor. So what you're saying is that there's not a female stunt person, there's not a stunt woman out there that can do what that man could do? Is that what you're telling me? That's a bold move, Marvel, for somebody who's as woke and as enlightened as you are. Especially given our, Kevin Feige now is basically, he's showing his hand. He's showing his hand completely.
No, I got a problem with it being a woman. I got a problem with that whole character.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't have a problem with it. I'm saying one of my problems, aside from I could let the gender swap go if it was done a little bit better than it was. I might be able to forgive it if it was compelling enough. And they didn't use a male stunt person for it, a stunt man instead of a stunt woman. When there's plenty of stunt women that could. Oh wait, you're telling me they're not as big and imposing looking, because you could tell when it.
They wanted to surprise everyone. That's why they used to do.
Just like Memphis Nest, like
how
many of the other unmemorable female surprises.
Carl Morningthau, the flag smasher. Oh, now it's Carly, the freckled face terrorist baby Jesus. And then Falcon tells, you need to do better. Fuck you, Falcon. And fuck you. And I loved Falcon. I loved the character until that show. And then it's just like, why would you do this? Why would you ruin your character like this, Anthony Mackie? Why would you let them do this? Why would you take a perfectly good character and fucking murder it?
I was watching the end game last night,
and
he's like, Captain America tells him to try on the shield. He does. And he's like, how does it feel? Like it's somebody else's? And Captain America looked at him and said, it's not. And it's like the first thing you fucking did was give it to someone else.
Yep. Yeah, dude, that was
It's so stupid.
It was fucked. It's like, yeah, dude, Steve loved you, dude. He fucking, you were his man, and outside of Bucky, like Sam was like his fucking road dog, and then all the fucking I'm just gonna give this fucking thing away, Oh yeah, so honored to have it. Yeah, here, I can't do this,
Yeah.
That was fucking what's his name? Alonzo Spellman, was that his name? That wrote Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm not sure.
Or he was was he the showrunner for that?
It retroactively takes from that scene in Endgame now.
Yeah.
And they're, yeah. It's just bad.
I'm still under the impression that Bucky should have got the shield to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me.
Bucky's a shitty baby face.
They should have just left Captain America alone.
Yeah,
right?
Actually, they should have just let, he retired the shield, and they could have just had them two go on and be themselves.
Yep. And then you bring well, you could bring him back as Nomad. Remember Nomad Cap from the comics?
Yeah.
You could do that if you want to bring him back. Bring old man Steve back, but he's just Nomad. Kind of.
No, they already did that in Infinity War. That's what the black suit is.
Yeah. They didn't. That's one of the problems is they mistimed that. Like, why would you do that before? I don't know. It seems like you should have done that after. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do anymore. Is it bad that you're like they're so all over the map that you can't even grasp? Like it's.
I paused for a minute. So I muted myself. I was watching the first minute of Screen Rant's pitch meeting for this movie. I was like, I wonder if they got one up yet, and they do. And I've only seen the first minute, but it's hilarious where it's like, all right, so what we got? And it's like Black Widow. He's like, have you seen Endgame? It's like, yeah, we're going to go in the past when we should have made it. And he's talking about how, remember the leaked emails from the former Marvel studio runner who was saying women characters don't make money. And he listed a bunch of examples of them not making money. He's like, no, quiet, stop.
Was that Ike Pearl? Was that Perlmutter?
I'm not sure who the lead guy was, but yeah.
Yeah, dude. They I don't know. I think this movie will probably, like I said, my score on it, I gave it a 6.5, which is slightly ahead of what I gave Captain Marvel a 6. Okay, objectively a 6 out of 10. And I gave Black Widow a 6.5. I'm just like, and this movie should have come out 7-8 years ago. It should have been out. And that's a problem. It sat in the can for a year. They wouldn't release it. It was supposed to come out, was it March 1st of 2020? It was supposed to come out. This was supposed to come out before all the Marvel shows. That's why everything's so fucked up.
Yeah, I did like the Easter egg tying into the show, even though I don't like Falcon Winter Soldier. The Elaine's character, Madam Hydra or whatever.
Yep.
Where it was like, oh, they're actually tying it together. But the biggest disservice was not having Hawkeye cameo in this movie.
Tony kept telling me Hawkeye got his throat slit.
Well, I think that's another thing this was a setup for is the Hawkeye show.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. We have Haley Steinfeld's little fine ass running around there in a skin tight purple outfit. It's like, do I want to watch Hawkeye? No. Will I see Haley Steinfeld look hot? Probably. And I haven't watched Loki at all. I watched one episode. That's it. Like I said, I might try to binge it after the season. The other 5 episodes. I kind of do. I'm kind of curious just to see how it ends up, but it's just like I haven't had the time, so that's just the way she goes. Tony, what would you give Black Widow overall as a score?
Like out of 10, it would probably get like a 5.5. Maybe 6. But I feel like even a 6 is generous. I mean, it would, and see. It would be lower if I were a bigger fan of the comics and new Taskmaster. I know I would be a little more pissed about that. I already don't like it, but so yeah, 5.5.
All right. What about you, Red?
Yeah, I'd have to give it a solid 4.
Okay.
Just because, like I mentioned earlier, the tone killed me. Like I could not stand that constant hopping between. Snarky jokes and wait, now we're supposed to be serious. Oh, but let's make a dad bod joke.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fallopian tubes. No, that killed it for me. And then Taskmaster on top of that drop that shit at least 2 stars by itself.
All right. Angus, where you at with this one, brother?
Yeah, I stand with my score, like 6.5 or 7. It's not a bad film in the series, but with everything we've gotten, it's definitely towards the bottom half. It's a lot better than Captain Marvel. Like, there's some stakes. There's interesting characters that you like, that you want to see more of. So it's got some germinating concepts and ideas or characters. I was watching Geek Culture Explain, Comics Explain, one of his side channels, and he's talking about all these things that this kind of opens up, that this kind of ties directly with, like Weapon X and X-23, all these other things that we could be seeing finally getting some solid nuggets for the X-Men. So despite the diversity shit they'll force on an already naturally diverse cast with X-Men and idea, I'm still excited to see what they can bring to the live action with this continuity. So like with age, it might get better with like things that starts to reveal the little nuggets, but yeah, it's mostly an okay film. It's forgettable, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's a popcorn flick, you know. It's bright and shiny, you know. It's got explosions. There was a lot of sitting and talking. There was a lot of sitting and talking and walking and talking about feelings. And it was just like, oh my God, fucking stop.
I did like the ongoing joke with like the pose.
That was,
and then she does it and she's like, ugh.
Yep.
That was entertaining. I'll give you that.
That part of it was funny. She's like, you're a poser. That part
she nails it and she's like, ew, I get it. Gross.
Yep, it was funny. That was one scene that was like, it legitimately did. It made me laugh. And that's the problem was, like I said, the movie, like we've all mentioned at points, that the movie was tonally all over the place. It didn't know where it wanted to land. And it could have found a happy medium in there between action and comedy. You know, like most action movies, like think about 80s action movies. They all had a blend. Look at Die Hard. Die Hard has comedy and it's got, you know, just knockdown, drag out action, explosions, and there's high stakes. But the comedy never takes you out of the movie. With this one, the comedy takes you out of the fucking movie at, you know, most turns, you know, with the exception of the hero landing bit, which was funny. But yeah, so I don't.
There's an art. It's got to be like 80-20 action comedy. That's how you got to do it. It's got to be like a balance. And Marvel tends to go a little overboard on the comedy, so they make it, you know, like almost 50-50, and it just comes off so uneven.
And you know, you mentioned balance. I was just thinking, you know, Kevin Feige is more or less in the Marvel team. They've been juggling, and with each new movie, you throw in another ball, and they're just juggling more and more and more. Now they're up to 20-something movies, and now they're gonna really start infusing wokeness into their product and agenda, which is basically, and that you have to watch your P's and Q's and walk a very fine line when you're doing that. So now they're doing all this juggling on one foot, basically, and everything does seem off. The balance is kind of gone, you know. And I'm surprised. I mentioned this a few days ago. Like, you know, Kevin Feige, you know, keeps getting called a genius, but you think a genius would have been better prepared for knowing he's losing basically his biggest attractions and the original team. You know, I just can't believe the drop off in entertainment from the MCU, from the whole Infinity Saga. Basically, since the end of Endgame, it's gone dramatically down. And I know you're losing Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. It's just, you think they would have been a little better prepared. And maybe fans not accepting Brie Larson could be part of that. And maybe they were going to rely too much on her, but that's kind of their fault too when she starts speaking out and dividing the audience, and you have so much invested in her, you should probably tell her to shut up. So, and then Chadwick Boseman dying too, because I know they were going to rely, you know, heavily on Black Panther, but it's just gone so far downhill like so quick. I can't believe it.
Aren't you excited to see all the Dora Milaje tell you they can be wherever they want to?
Oh, stop that.
There gets to be a point where an executive makes so many successful things that it doesn't matter who the celebrities or the story is. It's got to the point where they think they're the reason it's the success, not the story, the characters, the actors all coming together, working together. It's them. So they've got this huge head on their shoulders. So when they start, closing out one chapter, starting another one, they think they can just start redoing it, and they don't really, they don't understand how come it worked the first time around.
Yeah, I can do the storylines I want to do, and America Chavez and all this, Disney created stuff.
Oh yeah, because everybody's been clamoring for the post 2014 fucking Disney characters. Yeah, America Chavez, the Puerto Rican lesbian fucking 17-year-old alien with more powers than fucking Superman, and Kamala Khan, and fucking Squirrel Girl. What Squirrel Girl's been around for a while, but she's still a fucking joke. And what else you got? You got to throw out. You got Kate Bishop. You're bringing in. This shit. Oh yeah, fucking Riri, fucking Riri will. You.
At least the name's appropriate.
It is. It's fucking. It's horrible, man. Like nobody read Riri fucking Williams' book. Nobody read it.
But like fanzine said, and that's what I call Vince McMahon syndrome. Kevin Feige thinks he's going to tell you what you're going to enjoy now.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that when they make those. You'll enjoy our new and all diverse Marvel, and it's like, motherfucker, I don't care if it's diverse. Just give me good stories first, and you just give me good characters, and if it's a good character, I guarantee you I'll like it. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. My sketchbook says gay Iceman. Abby She-Hulk. Same guy who made Riri also went to DC, did the same bullshit, making a character who taps a Green Lantern power with a fucking laptop. The first female black Green Lantern, and they make it so she stole the Green Lantern ring, basically hacked her way into the Green Lantern fucking core computer and figured out how to give herself, steal the ring and all that shit. And it's like, why don't you just make a character who's a black girl and she's a Green Lantern? Why can't you do that? You have fucking Jon Stewart. You've got fucking Jon Stewart, who's a black dude who's a Green Lantern, and one of the most popular fucking iterations of the character. Jon Stewart's badass. Why don't you do that? Oh, I'm sorry, you're too fucking lazy to do that, right? Okay, cool.
That seems to be a running theme, though, right? These new female, especially minority female characters, stealing their ability to be superheroes. What's with that?
Yeah, that's it's like, is there something subcontextually there that the fucking creators are trying to not tell us, but they're telling us at the same time? It's like, we're racist, but we're pretending not to be.
I just want to say it's not stealing; it's redistributing.
Right? These are our powers, comrade. These are our powers. We're giving them to the people now.
Yes, we won't have men take credit for a woman's work.
It will be perfect when it fits a woman. I'm a woman. That fucking Batwoman song. Fuck. What the hell was I gonna say? It was something, I don't know. Probably wasn't important anyway. Fuck it. I don't know though. It makes me laugh to see the bullshit. Like, so my son got it was Jared, one of my co-hosts in the wrestling podcast we used to do. He came to Trey's birthday Saturday, my son, and he brought him. He got him a vintage 1992 what is it? It's about 16-inch tall Michael Keaton Batman figure from Batman Returns. It's fucking sweet. Got him a little Batman mask with sunglasses in it. He got him a DC characters encyclopedia, the complete encyclopedia of DC characters. So in the last couple days, I have not read every character description, but I pretty much perused the catalog of DC characters. All right. There is a plethora of female and minority characters that DC could use. All right. So I'm imagining Marvel has just as many in theirs because I want to get the Marvel, kind of.
I have them both.
Yeah, see, I want to get the Marvel one.
I have the Marvel and the DC Encyclopedia. Yeah, there's tons of characters that they just overlook.
They don't use them. They ignore them. They ignore them, and they're like, "Oh well, we'll just this one. This one has a like they did with Adara in Masters of the Universe Revelations. She has a strong following, but few appearances. We'll just race swap her. Nobody will care." You know, and that's exactly what these fucking comic companies are doing now. It's like, oh, this character's popular, but they have limited appearances and things. We'll just race swap them. No one fucking cares, or we'll just do this. You know, I don't know. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. You know.
Yep.
It is.
I don't understand if you're a for-profit company what you have against making a profit.
They don't know anything about the product.
Yeah,
they're creative hacks and activists who are put in a certain position and don't know anything about it.
See, I'll tell you this. This is how they think, because they don't listen to the fans. They literally think everything's good. So when DC hired J.J. Abrams to come in, they said, "We want you to do what you did with Star Trek and Star Wars for the DC brand." Because they thought
just destroy
made it successful. So they don't see the divide there. So they just see that, oh, he made this movie make billions of dollars, even though it sucked and everybody's bitching about it. We want you to do that for our DC division.
No, do not give us Brother Voodoo, because he's going to be some woke tard.
Right.
Like, this is the state it is for me, being black as a conservative and just seeing like the trash in Hollywood is like, I like loathe when there's a black casting, because I know 9 times out of 10 it's not genuine merit. It's like Kang can be totally great, but like there's a narrative to swapping that character to make him a black guy, you know. So it's like, we should have saw it before John Boyega when he's like, get used to it, when there's a whole context why people are questioning a black stormtrooper of like, they're the Nazis, why are they diverse, what is up with this, you know? But you question it and you're a racist. We should have saw then.
It's true.
It's like they have no concern for the people that they work for making money. You know, it's like how does this shit get into production? You know what I mean? Like, how do you convince studio heads that this is the way to go? Like, this is the way. This is how we're going to make money, because you know they're all about making money and maximizing profit.
It's like, what I said is what I've been saying is that till something legitimately bombs and bombs hard. I mean, like China, overseas, America, everywhere. That's when they're going to open their eyes, because at the moment they're still making money, regardless if people like it or not. They're making money. So until they actually lose money, they're not going to listen.
Yep.
Hey, E-Tap, check your messages on Twitter. There's an article I think we should look at.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Let's see. All right here. Let me pull this up. Yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen, because it's like we need to get back to actual entertainment, not where it's at now. It doesn't. This isn't sustainable. It's not sustainable for everybody, for anybody. I mean. We'll take a look at this article, and this will be the last segment right here on the show. We'll take a look at this article because we're running a little bit long, but that's all right. We're having a great episode this evening, man. This panel is awesome. This chat has been great tonight. Thank you everybody for being here on this Monday night, man. This is episode 160. Of the show, and I know in the beginning that kind of got lost a little bit and everything, but yeah, I just, man, it's been a blast, and here we are over on Forbes. Now this article is from May 6th of this year, and this is very relevant because it's so fucking true. Hollywood is using diversity to justify potentially doomed franchise reboots. This from Scott Mendelson. Yeah, God, and this seems to be that their running theme. Hollywood is using inclusivity and diversity as an alibi for rebooting outdated franchises and past their prime properties, setting an entire generation of not a white guy talent up to fail commercially. That does a disservice to the people that you're trying to help, supposedly, right? This starts out with, I don't know who will play the new Superman in the Ta-Nehisi Coates penned and J.J. Abrams produced reboot revamp. Michael B. Jordan is often offered up by folks arguing for inclusive casting as one of the few black actors they can name. Think of those in the 2010s offering up Catherine Bigelow to direct every macho franchise because they couldn't think of any other mainstream female filmmakers. Among those on the list to direct, so saith the Hollywood Reporter article from Wednesday, J.D. Dillard is an under-the-radar gem with a strong track record of smaller-scale genre winners. To paraphrase my favorite MCU movie, I couldn't care less about another Superman film. But the guy who directed Slate, starring 24-year-old Jacob Lattimore, and Sweetheart, I'll follow him anywhere. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. This new theoretical Superman movie would exist alongside Paramount's newest Transformers flick. It'll be helmed by Stephen Capel Jr., whose Creed 2 was much better than it should have been, considering the silly Adonis fights of Drago's son, nostalgia bait hook. It will star Anthony Ramos in The Heights, which I'm seeing on Sunday, and Dominique Fishback, Judas and the Black Messiah, whose director, Shaka King, is also on the list for both Superman and Marvel's Blade. Will it be any good after Creed 2? Capel has earned my benefit of the doubt. Will anyone see this 7th Transformers movie when it opens theatrically on June 24, 2022? Hope springs eternal, but presumed quality notwithstanding, recent history points to no. Anybody want to weigh in on this off the bat?
I have no interest in a black Superman. I will not watch it.
I understand there's at least two in the comics right now. You got Calvin Ellis and then Val Zod.
But they're not using Calvin Ellis or Val Zod. It's Kal-El.
Yeah, they're actually race swapping Clark Kent, Kal-El.
And it's also a period piece movie. It will take place in the 50s.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So
it's either
go back to Africa, Superman.
Yep.
Is he going to be fighting against the Klan? I mean, like, what's he going to be fighting?
They're going to do that comic. Oh my God.
What is that?
It's going to be bad.
Governor of Alabama from back then that wouldn't George Wallace, was that his name?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah, is he going to be fighting the fucking Southern governors? Oh my God.
So yeah,
Ta-Nehisi Coates. So
that's about what we expect from him.
Did Django Unchained meets Man of Steel?
Again,
it's going to be bad.
What did you say?
They wish they could make it a Django Unchained movie,
right? I mean, shit, dude. Like, why would you? Zack Snyder, not the best person to do a Superman movie. All right, I dig. I know people dig his style. Like, I watched the Snyder cut. It was a little bit better than the Whedon cut. Still had about 2 hours too many fucking slow-mo cuts in it. I get it. But Henry Cavill is Superman, dude. Henry Cavill is fucking Superman. Like, he fits that role. He really does. He needs a director that knows Superman and that understands actual Superman, not broody fucking dark Superman, which is not what Superman is anyway to me. I mean, he's hope. Superman represents hope. Snyder doesn't. This vision, Snyder had really didn't, and I like Zack Snyder. I like some of it, some of his DC stuff. I do, I do. By comparison, his is, like I said, still too long, but it's better than Whedon's version of Justice League. But yeah, I'm not sure about his treatment of Superman still. I liked Man of Steel. I didn't hate it, but I just wish he would have been more like Superman. Another monster says, toss a coin to your Superman. I've never seen 1 second of The Witcher. I've never seen any of it.
I've watched it. It's not bad. The first part of
I
it,
need to watch
anyways.
it.
I've watched episode 1. It's just like, maybe I'm dealing with what people like Rookie dealt with Game of Thrones. We try to watch and just like, I'm not feeling it. And maybe it'll catch me finally. But like, I've played The Witcher 3, so that's kind of my reservation. Is like I've already been in this world, so seeing someone else cosplay it, I'm like, it's cool, it's live action, but there's a real world to play in.
Yeah. I just I was that way with Game of Thrones too. Like I tried to watch it and I was just like, I can't get into this. I didn't care, I really didn't. Let's see. Transformers was once one of the biggest global franchises in Hollywood, but Transformers Dark of the Moon, 353 million domestic and 1.2 billion worldwide, was a decade ago. Age of Extinction earned 240 million domestic and 1.105 billion worldwide in 2014. Thanks to 300 million in China, but Hollywood took the wrong lessons from its success. Setting the third act in China helped, but so did the movie being bonkers, bananas, huge, and weird. Compared to the then comparatively grounded likes of the MCU, Transformers The Last Night was a whiff, especially for the studio, struggling with the new marquee characters. Movie stars Normal earning 605 million worldwide, 131 million domestic, 228 million in China. Bumblebee would earn 128 million, 171 million, 468 million total in 2018. I liked Bumblebee.
It's the only one I've seen.
You've never seen any of the other Transformers movies?
Not any of the modern day ones.
You saw the first one with Shia LaBeouf, right?
No.
Really?
Helm.
Oh shit! I remember. I saw the first two in the theater, and when the third one came out, I watched it online, and I was like, "I'm done with this shit."
I don't like Shia LaBeouf. I never have, so I think that kind of turned me off from seeing the first. Because I liked Transformers as a kid. I mean,
I'll tell you what I love about Shia LaBeouf is where he's at right now with postmodernism.
Oh god.
That's some entertainment right there.
That motherfucker's just nuts.
Watch The Peanut Butter Falcon. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
What movie?
The Peanut Butter Falcon with Shia LaBeouf. That's a great movie.
How old is that?
Oh, it's fairly new. It's where he befriends a kid with Down syndrome. The kid wants to be a wrestler. The kid wants to be a wrestler. It's a really, really good, funny movie. It's something you wouldn't expect. Shia LaBeouf does a really good job in it. And Jake the Snake Roberts is in it. Oh man, shit. It's awesome.
I think he wrote and directed that movie, so it's like that's like a
Honey
double
Boy.
no from me.
No, that's Honey Boy. That was about his life as a kid, where he grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, Peanut Butter Falcon it starts Dakota Johnson, Shia LaBeouf, and the kid. I can't remember the kid with Down syndrome, but it's a really, really great movie. He doesn't go crazy in it. The guy that played the Punisher was his brother from the Netflix series.
Oh,
and he had died.
Grillo?
No.
Well, I'm sorry. Shane from Walking
Shane,
Dead.
yeah.
Bernthal, John Bernthal.
Yeah. So he was his brother, and he ends up getting killed, and Shia LaBeouf blames himself for him being killed, and he's turned to this crime. So he burns down these fishermen dudes catching the boats and shit, and so he goes on the run because they go after him because they want to kill him, and he runs into this kid with Down syndrome who had just ran away from this home because they didn't know what to do with him because he was living in an old folks home. And he wants to be a wrestler. He watches old wrestling tapes, and he wants to be a wrestler. So they get hooked up, and it's like a Tom Sawyer. It's like a Mark Twain story.
Okay.
So they go on the road together, and he wants to take it. So he said he'd take the kid to this wrestling school, which is owned by this guy, and he's got Jake the Snake Roberts there. And it's like this really good Americana film, but it does surprise you because it's something like how we talk about we want entertainment. It's actually entertaining and free of any politics. It's just a really good, simple, Americana Mark Twain story. It surprised me.
Is there a scene in it like in Shameless where the disabled people are like, me tard, you tard, we are retard?
No. It's like this, man. You gotta say it though. It's a really, really good kid movie, and that kid, the Down syndrome kid, is freaking hilarious in the movie.
All right. Speaking of
Might check it out.
Yeah, it actually doesn't sound bad.
It's really, really not, because it surprised me, because like when I saw it, I was like, this movie can't be that good as I'm seeing it is right now. And it's like when you're watching, you're like, this movie is actually really, really good. Holy shit! What am I seeing? How did this get made?
Yeah, I miss movies like that, but again, I'm not a big fan of Shia LaBeouf, but I might check that out because I like the simple, kind of just grounded, like you said, Americana stories like that, stories with heart,
It is. It's like it's got heart. It's just very simple. It's very entertaining. It's old school. Like even I believe that I watched the thing on it. Is like the directors based it on like Mark Twain. They wanted it to be like a Mark Twain story.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really good. Seriously, you guys should check it out.
N-word Jim?
No, but like you can say the Downward Syndrome kid is filling for him.
Speaking of Down syndrome kids, I was watching Shark Week, and fucking the Jackass guys are making Jackass 4, and so they were on Shark Week, and I'm sorry, but that was funny, like in the late 90s and early 2000s. Now it's just kind of sad because like they're all like in their like late 40s and they're still doing this shit, and it's just like Tom Green in that Family Guy cutaway where he's sucking that cow udder. He's like, "Is anybody watching? Do people like me yet?" But yeah, that movie, The Peanut Butter Falcon, that does sound good.
Seriously, you see, I'm being serious. I know you guys like Shia LaBeouf is a hit or miss, but like, this movie will surprise you.
What is that streaming on? Anywhere is that streaming? Fanzine?
I don't know. I own it, so
right. Oh, okay.
I don't.
Right.
I'm, you know me.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're a physical media guy.
I love
absolutely.
physical media.
I do too, man. If I can pick something up, I do. Let's see. So talking about Transformers, the popularity of the initial 2007 to 2014 Transformers films was less about the IP and more about the can't get this anywhere else, larger-than-life blockbuster spectacle and unapologetic weirdness, crudeness found in Michael Bay's sci-fi action comedies. The appeal of that package wore off as the comic book movies got bigger. Avengers Infinity War and weirder, Aquaman, Travis Knight's Bumblebee, which earned solid reviews and sold itself as a smaller, female-led, more humane action fantasy, was ironically the only installment that needed a lifeline from China to qualify it as a hit. I'm still not sure anyone beyond the hardcore superhero comic book fan base wants another Superman movie. Both properties are being continued, not because the audience demands it, but because the studio shareholders require it. That's a problem when they have to make movies just to satisfy, contractual obligations like the Fantastic Four back in the day. Because that's how we got that Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie in, was it 94? The one that they literally made and never released, but it's on YouTube and you can watch it and it's fucking amazing. Draven says that Peanut Butter Falcon is on Hulu. So I have Hulu, so we can watch it on Hulu. Actually, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Nice. Studios are using diversity and inclusivity to justify reviving old franchises. It provides an alibi for keeping ongoing brands on proverbial life support and rebooting existing brands after 40 years of disappointing, underwhelming Superman movies. Superman 2, the last unmitigated success, opened in June of 1981. Warner Brothers and DC Films are still trying to succeed. Superman Returns and The Man of Steel failed. Even presuming good intentions and artistic value, there is an apparent cynicism in using the "but this time he's black" hook as a way to defend another go-around preemptively. That's especially since we're dealing with an IP that's arguably closer in terms of awareness versus interest to Robin Hood, Tarzan, and Peter Pan than James Bond and Batman. So it's true though. Like that's basically how they're going to prop this film up. Is they're going to be like, but he's black. You can't insult him or you're a racist. You know we're going to get that.
So he's Obama. Sorry.
Well, the one in the comics was basically Obama. Is it Valzad? Maybe it's Valzad. Yeah, he's basically Obama.
Yeah, he's
one black guy.
Superman, right?
Yeah.
So he drone strikes innocent Arabs in the Middle East.
Oh my god. Oh shit. That's fucking great. Oh.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
here's a picture from one of my favorite movies of 2019, Charlie's Angels. I swear to God. Like, okay, so Naomi Scott and Ella Balinska are hot as fuck, but I still don't know what Justin Bieber is doing wearing cutoffs and like, what the fuck is he doing? I don't know.
He's trying to show some under cheek, man.
I'm telling you, you like that side boob? Too bad, because there is none. I don't have any side boob. I'm Kristen Stewart, and I'm built like Eminem in 1999. F. Gary Gray's Men in Black International starred Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. Still, most audiences just chose to watch Men in Black or Thor Ragnarok again. Elizabeth Banks' Charlie's Angels was more inclusive and more progressive than the MCG flicks. I liked it well enough. I'd happily see Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska in a sequel, but audiences didn't care. Scott Mendelson, you wouldn't go see them in a sequel. You're a fucking cuck. That's why you say that, you bitch.
He
God.
probably never seen the first one.
He probably didn't. I paid to fucking see that shit opening night. I paid. I was one of 5 people in the theater, and fucking 3 of them were guys. Like, Jesus. Why didn't men go see our movie? You told us it wasn't made for us. They didn't ask for another Charlie's Angels, and this soft reboot was the same movie with new quote-unquote stars. Oh, here we go. Tim Miller and James Cameron's Terminator Dark Fate cribbed the Star Wars The Force Awakens formula. Young, diverse protagonists with franchise vets acting as elders amid a loose remake of the first film. However, audiences have been burned by the 2 awful Terminator relaunches. Absolutely. And Tim Miller didn't help things by saying, what's her name? Mackenzie Grace will scare the fuck out of closet misogynists because she's tough and feminine. And it's like, well, she was neither of those things in the movie. So, Tim, you can go fuck yourself. And it's like, who would have thought the guy that made Deadpool would turn out to be such a fucking dipshit, you know?
Well, that's the reason why he didn't come back for the sequel.
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds knew.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Yeah, he did. He's the one that got him fired from the sequel. So.
Sequel's pretty funny, too. They take jabs at the woke shit.
Oh, they do. I finally saw the sequel a couple months ago. It was good. It was fucking hilarious, man.
That should be the new name for bad sequels.
Fecal matters. They're fecal matters. The casting of Jason Momoa as Aquaman would have made less of an impact had it been first or second Aquaman reboot following one starring offhand Matt Damon in 2000 and or Channing Tatum as Arthur Curry in 2007. Not only did we have a Pacific Islander starring in a $165 million superhero movie, directed by a Chinese filmmaker, James Wan. But James Wan's Aquaman was the first Aquaman movie as opposed to the first reboot. That it turned out pretty great certainly helped it nab $1.148 billion worldwide. Moreover, audiences wanted to see an Aquaman movie. If audiences don't want to see your movie, no matter how good, all the inclusivity in the world won't help. It's why Widows, Overlord, and A Simple Favor struggle while Venom, The Grinch, and Halloween flourish. Excuse me. And fuck Halloween 2018. Fuck that movie right in its eye socket. With Michael Myers' own Rusty Blade. I hated that goddamn movie with a passion.
I actually liked it.
Me too.
I fucking hated that movie. I was like, the little black kid Julius was the smartest motherfucker in the whole movie. He was the smartest kid and the smartest person in the whole movie. The rest of them were just all a bunch of fucking idiots. I was like, we got a bunch of Lennys in here. And then you got Julius who's like, I'm getting out of here. Peace. Fuck y'all. Y'all gonna get stabbed, white people. You're gonna die. I'm leaving. You out in the garage who started up my dad's bike and knocked it over. You're gonna die like a punk. Trying to roll up there with a big ass kitchen knife, about to get that shoved up your ass, boy. Diversity is not a hindrance to getting general audiences in theaters for something eagerly anticipated, but inclusivity is not a carrot for something they don't want to see. Audiences flock to see Crazy Rich Asians because it was big and splashy 90s style Hollywood romantic comedy. I have never seen that. I know that's what Snake Eyes is from, though. Force Awakens scored $2 billion global because it was a sequel to Return of the Jedi. Its new protagonists were Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac, a bonus which contributed to post-debut legs following a $248 million opening and strong word of mouth. Trying the trick with Terminator Dark Fate failed because audiences didn't give a damn about another Terminator movie. Consumers don't care about inclusivity or only care about diversity for films and TV. Shows they already want to see. And I actually kind of have to agree with Mendelsohn here, which I rarely do. But yeah, this I remember when this poster came out, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, this is not Terminator. Like, in Mackenzie Davis, the one in the middle, is not a bad-looking woman when she's not looking like this. Like, when she actually has hair, this haircut just not flattering on her at all. And the movie was just bad. It was fucking... And this little girl, I didn't believe her firing a weapon for anything. I mean, that scene was so goddamn funny with her with that big-ass... was that like a... I don't know. Wasn't that big? I mean, for her, it was big. Was that an M4 or something like that? I just y'all know what I was talking when they were shooting on his target range.
This movie has been available. Yeah, it's been available on Hulu for like months, and I still can't bring myself to watch it.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah,
don't. You'll save yourself 2 hours worth of fucking just shite.
And even if it wasn't for the wokeness, I mean, just honestly. Too many bad Terminator movies. Like I like Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Okay, I thought it was a cool ending, whatever. It obviously wasn't going to live up to Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But that's it for every other movie. It's just been like, geez. And then when they rebooted it with Emilia Clarke a few years before, it was just, that was it for me. I'm just, I can't do it.
I thought Salvation was cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait, there was Salvation and Genesis. I didn't like either of them. Which one was the one with Christian Bale? Was that Genesis?
Salvation.
Yeah, where John Connor was the bad guy, right? Was that Salvation or was that Gynesis?
That was Gynesis.
Yeah, that was Terminator Gynesis. Because that was the one with Dragon Lady. That was the one with Daenerys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she was fucking terrible. Oh my God, was she bad in that? I don't know what people literally say. I mean, she's okay. She's attractive, whatever. She can't act. She cannot fucking act. Like, she's just a one note. Like, that's all there is to it. Let's see here. I have a hard time agreeing with Scott Mendelsohn on anything. There is a difference between Hollywood offering up the first Static Shock movie or the first Miles Morales movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and rehashing an existing IP with, but this time he's not a white guy hook. Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry would have made less of an impact had it been the third Aquaman franchise following one starring... Okay, did I already read that? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, yeah, I did. I read that part. Where were the Elijah Kelly Transformers and Oded Fair's spy franchise or Javier Bardem's Superman movie during Hollywood's initial round of tentpole mania? Where was this drive for diversity when audiences would follow Hugh Jackman from X-Men to Swordfish? Oh, Swordfish. I went to see that in the theater just to see Halle Berry's boobs. That's and the movie was all right. I don't really remember anything other than that 5-second scene with her tits, but that was it. I don't even know who else was in it other than Hugh Jackman.
Talking about Swordfish?
Yeah.
John Travolta.
Was Travolta in that one? Oh, fuck. That was around the Battlefield Earth days, too, wasn't it? God, that movie was horrible. Anyway, that's another story for another time. Hollywood spent decades looking for the next Tom Cruise, and they should have been looking for the next Will Smith. And only now, when movie stardom is less valuable than ever, many of these franchises peaked decades ago. Is Hollywood doing what it should have done at least 20 years ago? The Terminator franchise, quote, went woke after 2 miserable and poorly received sequels, Terminator Salvation and Terminator Gynesis. Trying again, specifically with a diverse cast, was a trap. It's all a trap that risked reaffirming the conventional wisdom. It set Mackenzie Davis, the new Protector Terminator, Natalia Reyes, the new Target, and Gabriel Luna, the new Hunter-Killer Terminator, up for a near guaranteed flop, for which they would get penalized on the grander scale than their white counterparts. I don't know about that, but, I mean, you're just in a shitty movie. It happens to everybody. Taylor Kitsch can headline John Carter and Battleship in the same quarter of the same year. Armie Hammer can headline The Lone Ranger and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Armie Hammer's fucking insane. Is he locked up in Arkham yet? Trying to cut bitches' hair off and keep it in his pocket, make them eat their own skin. Fucking weirdo. Despite those financial disasters, both were considered bankable names or worthy of, from blockbuster to indies, redemption narratives. talent, charisma, and apparent decency notwithstanding, Chris Hemsworth has been bombing in not Thor movies for a decade. In the Heart of the Sea, The Huntsman, Winter's War, Black Hat, Men in Black International, yet continues to get new franchises to squander. Will John Boyega get another shot at a big franchise after Pacific Rim Uprising? If, hypothetically, Dungeons & Dragons bombs, will Justice Smith and Regé-Jean Page get downgraded while Chris Pine and Hugh Grant emerge unscathed? Wait, there's a Dungeons & Dragons movie coming out?
and hypothetically, I'd say it's likely.
Yeah, right? Damn it. I've been waiting. Oh, that cartoon. I never really played the game that much. I watched the cartoon, and I know people that like play the game, they're like, the cartoon was shit. And then I watched like the history of like Dungeons and Dragons, and it's like, oh yeah, there wasn't barely anybody from the actual game in the fucking cartoon.
No, I mean, I enjoyed the cartoon, but I was referring to the first attempt at a Dungeons and Dragons movie. If you haven't seen that, go torture yourself.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. What's up, Saggy Melons? She's hola, papi. Hola, mommy. How are you doing, girl?
What's up, Saggy?
Welcome. Let's see. My sketchbook says, Boyega needs more movies under his belt before he leads again. What happened to paying your dues? Exactly. He says, wait, Hammer did what? Oh, yeah, dude, look it up. Army Hammer was, like, being crazy with these hoes. Like, straight up fucking, like, some, like, worse than real life 50 Shades of Grey shit. Like, talking about like wanting to cut the bitch's pinky toe off and keep it in his pocket, and like making her eat pieces of her skin, and or cut her hair off, shave her head so he could possess her. I mean, yeah, it's just some weird shit, man. But that's Army Hammer.
Wait, it's funny. Let me see if I can find this. Army Hammer, the guy who was supposed to be Batman in the 07-08 Justice League, George Miller, he said, straight white maleness is threatening to everyone.
Army Hammer said that?
Yeah, the guy's supposed to be fucking Batman.
I know it's threatening to me.
Oh.
He said, see, it's every time fucking male feminist, and then you hear this weird shit about him.
Yep. That's it, dude. The male feminists, like, look at Joss Whedon. I mean, look at these dudes. These male feminists are the weirdest, most fucking vile, disgusting, just shitbags. Ugh. If Hollywood has little choice but to rehash once successful cinematic franchises because star power means nothing, at least these clearly talented actors and filmmakers are getting a bite at the apple. After all, it was an overemphasis on globally viable action fantasy franchises starring young white guys as, quote, the special, which the likes of My Family, Anaconda, The Best Man, Waiting to Exhale, and Rush Hour became endangered species. Nonetheless, it is almost cruel to wait until these properties are used up before now trying to offer a more inclusive cast and crew. An entire generation of non-white filmmakers is potentially being set up to fail because they're being tasked with fronting franchises, audiences, about which audiences no longer give a damn. So is Scott Mendelson just basically making excuses for films made by non-white people if they should happen to fail?
I think he's kind of biding his spot in coverage. Yeah. Because remember, he was a guy making these Star Wars articles fighting us.
Yep.
And name dropping certain channels and stuff.
Yeah.
But now he's, so I'm definitely aware of the author when I read this, but the fact that he is kind of like realizing like, maybe I should kind of adjust for the future.
Yeah. If he wants to keep making, I'm sure he's paid a handsome salary working for Forbes. He's been there a while. Scotty's making good money. Yeah, he wants that gravy train and that access to keep flowing. He doesn't want to lose that. That's counterproductive to his livelihood. So, no, the old saying goes. We all know it. It's the whole get woke, go broke thing. Was it Tony? Did you say, or was it Red earlier? Said it's going to take one of these movies to completely bomb. They're going to have to like hit the bottom of the barrel hard.
I said that.
Or I'm sorry, Fanzine. Yeah, I was going to just go around the panel as one of y'all. I'm sorry, guys. But no.
Yeah, it's till something bombs like that. That's when they're going to open their eyes.
Yeah, and it will take that that measure of just hardcore financial, just like a good rousing round of fucking at the box office. Just getting raw dogged and not making any money. And yeah, I want to see it. I do. I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. They deserve this.
It's got to be coming soon. It's going to get a little worse before it gets better, but I feel like there might be a change in probably about I want to say 10 years. So
yeah, it's just they'll have to realize that they have to go back to storytelling again and actually be compelling with the things that they do, not fucking keep giving us garbage.
God forbid.
Right. But for the time being, if you want real good storytelling, you can just go to people like Red Gaze who are making comics and writing novels like Sunsworn, and you can get in on that action.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Do that.
Back your independent creators, man. Do that. That's paramount. If you want good entertainment and you don't want to deal with woke Hollywood bullshit, there's wonderful independent filmmakers and comics and writers and all kinds of things that you can enjoy. So do that, man. Put your money where your mouth is. If you're not into this shit, do that definitely. You have to do that. Or else they'll just keep giving us bullshit. And with that being said, ladies and gents, we going for 2 hours and 45 minutes tonight. I am tired. I got to actually get up tomorrow and work out. I've been lazy the last couple of days and haven't lifted. And I got to do a video tomorrow. I've got a lot of shopping to do because I'm getting ready to leave the state in a couple days. So, yeah. Thank you all for being here. Like I said, the night started out on a little bit of a downer note, but I had a blast with y'all tonight. I know this is a little bit bigger panel than we usually have on Monday nights. The chat was great. The panel was fucking awesome. Thank you, Stephen Walton, for popping in earlier, brother. I'm gonna go around and toss it to everybody and let them promote their shill your wares, folks. Shill your wares. Let me send it over to the Withered Quim first.
Man. I'll probably be live streaming later this week. I've been busy the past few weeks. Sorry, guys, not much content's been getting produced. But you know what? It's like, okay, it's 8 o'clock at night where I'm at, and it's 106 degrees, and that's an improvement over the past few weeks. It sucks.
Damn.
All right. Yeah. So that kind of drains the batteries when I'm at work, and yeah. So excuses, but I'll be back soon. More mediocre than ever. Okay.
Oh, I love you, Tony. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
And just in case anybody was wondering, like I said earlier at the beginning of the show, this was Tony. This was all Tony.
Music in my ears.
You have him to thank for that. This not so much.
Scissor me timber.
With that being said, let me toss it over to the to the assistant regional manager, the author, the man behind Sunsworn, Mr. Red Gaze.
Man, I don't know how you follow that. I feel completely out now. No, yeah, just go ahead, check out Sunsworn, take a look if you like it. Grab yourself a copy. I'm really tired too, so yeah, I'm piss poor tonight. I apologize.
It's all right, homie. It's all right, man. Everybody has an off night. You were here tonight. You didn't pull a me and just boomer and sleep through TR4 last week.
Hey, I've done that several times.
I know, man. I felt bad too because it's on Drew's channel, and I was like, oh my god, I hope he didn't think this was a receipt for the night he slept through our show. I legit sat down, set an alarm on my phone, and woke up at 8 o'clock and thought it was Wednesday morning. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go up to the cabin. I'm late for going to the beach with a kid. I'm like, holy shit, it's Tuesday night. I slept through the fucking show. Yes,
it happens. We're old. We need sleep.
That's it, man. That's it. Thanks for everything, brother. I do appreciate it as always, Red. You're welcome, brother. And Fanzine Vids up next, my man.
What up, everybody? Just head over to the channel, check out some of my stuff. I'm a big, huge supporter of physical media, so I do a lot of physical media stuff. I do a show on Wednesday nights at 9:30 called the Physical Media Show, where we just bullshit and talk about our love of movies, and we showcase some of the stuff we got. Runner's usually on there, so check that out, and just keep an eye out for videos. I try to drop them as best I can.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you being on tonight, bro. It was great having you back on, man.
Yeah, it's always a fun time here.
As always, man. Check out Fanzine's channel. Get over and subscribe to him. You're almost to what? You're close to 7,000 subs now, aren't you?
Getting there. I got 6,570. So.
All right, we need to get this man to 7. He deserves more than that. He should be about 10, honestly. No, seriously, dude. You're talented and you're good at what you do. That documentary you made was fucking killer. That was killer, man. That really was. So check out Fanzine. Get over there and subscribe to him. He's a member of the Fandom Collective like myself, man. That is a great group of people over there. Rook and Flip and Fallon and Daniela behind the scenes and Penny. It's just a great group of individuals that do what they can to support other creators. And last but certainly not least, our friend Mr. Black Angus Reviews.
I see you leave the black guy for the end.
Like save the best for the last, man.
Got some burnt toast, so.
Oh, damn.
God.
Don't worry, I'll be getting my reparations one day. But yeah, Black used to do pop culture, Star Wars, comic talks, live streams. Do a weekly stream Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, with Rookie PB. It used to be General Zod, but his work's gotten in the way, so we'll see if he comes back soon. But just shoot some shit, talk about what's going on in the week entertainment and whatever kind of wacky memes we find and whatever else. Rookie's been digging into some new for him. Obscure shit, actually. So it's kind of fun hearing those takes from a guy's always behind the curve with entertainment. But if you want to combine, sub, appreciate it. Look forward to any of y'all in the chat.
Hell yeah. I gotta get over there and stream with you on a Thursday night, man. I do. I was a blast having you and Rook on last week, man. It really was. And y'all were fun. It was a fun show. It really was. Rookie is. I couldn't believe like that. Once he just watched The Room. Like he had never seen The Room before. I'm like, how have you never seen this movie before, man?
Yeah, it's one of those movies I refuse to watch. I don't purposely watch bad shit.
See, I do. I love it. I'm masochistic though, so it's bad. Like I said, I 67 Batwoman videos, man. 67 Batwoman videos and counting. I can't wait till October, baby. Season 3, bring it on. Mike Tyson's former punching bag, Robin Givens, enters the chat. I'm loving it. Seriously though, it's been a blast tonight, guys. Thank you, guys. I would say gals, but we're down to 0.1% female viewership at this point. So the 4 or 5 of you that watch, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
It's got away from the transition.
Right, that's it. I'm hoping to catch them like on the other side of that. The ones that are kind of in the middle of things right now, just generating it along. Did I say that? Anyway, they're just transformers. They're fine. But no, seriously, thank you all. I appreciate you in the chat. Keely Chow, Angelus Draven, Runner, Lord Runner. There you go. I give you got. That's the third time tonight I said it. There you go, man. Another monster. Brutal Morningwood. Frankie Knows. My sketchbook 340. We had. I'm just rolling up here. Saggy Melons is in the house. She was scheduled to be. I need to DM you because you were scheduled to be on Wednesday, Saggy. I know you haven't. We haven't talked in a few days, so I'm gonna hit you up. I gotta talk to you about Wednesday night though. Glinzer was here. Superfan Adam Shawhan, Nano Reaper. Man, thank you all. Thank you guys and gals so much. I think I saw Tina Bojan's name earlier. I'm not sure, but I might have. If I didn't, thank you, man. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, let's see, you get a video from me. I will be on Awake for TR4 tomorrow night at 6:30 over on Supreme Heretics channel. Big shout out to Drews. He's one of the guys from Bounding into Comics over there with John and Spencer and Josh and Donald and JB. Thank you guys for doing fighting the good fight over there at Bounding into Comics. I've got to do some more reviews. With Batwoman gone, my show reviews have been kind of lacking. So I owe you a mini ETEP appearance at 11:30 at the end of a show. What's up, buddy?
You have a Hobbit in the background.
What's up, man? You want to say hi? Okay, here. Let me give you the phone.
Someone's wandered from the Shire.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. Don't tell us what's up. Tell us what's out. What's out?
What's out?
Is it diarrhea?
Say it. Do it.
Diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Wish fulfilled.
What?
You just had a birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, I just had a birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy. I hope your dad didn't cheap out on you.
Oh. No, this kid, trust me. He got like an M60 Nerf freaking launcher. I'm like, oh, guess who's going to get lit up with this thing? All right, buddy. You can go to my bedroom. I'm in bed. I love you. Say good night.
Good night. Oh,
Good night, buddy.
What?
What?
Diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up.
Diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
All right, buddy. Love you.
Eats up. When my son was about 18 months, 2 years old, I got one of those Nerf guns with like the yellow balls, and it has like a magazine of like 50 of them.
Yeah.
I'd shoot that fucker all the time with it. Blah, 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 blah. Go John Wick on his ass.
Dude, so he got one of his birthday cards. My sister sent him like $30. So he went out and he got a Gatling gun with a fucking, it's a belt-fed Gatling gun, like air-powered and shit, battery operated. He got that. Now he's got this big-ass M60. He's like, you can use my solo blaster. I'm like, oh, that's bougie. I'm like, I get hit with the solo blaster. I'm like, great. I'm like, what's next? You gonna tell me I can't even drive my own Millennium Falcon, Kira? Anyway, yeah, right, right. Anyway, you're gonna try to save me from Lady Proxima, the underground vampire worm that lives in a glass house. Good writing, Opie. Good writing. You stupid bald bitch. Anyway, I'd still smash his daughter. I'm not gonna lie. Bryce Dallas got that wagon. She got that wagon, son. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enough about my proclivities. We can talk about that at another time. Wednesday night, I'll have more information about Wednesday night's tribute stream for Raiders of the Lost Flicks. Who's all going to be on? It's going to be a who's who night. Probably just pop-ins and things of the like. And we're also going to do, let's see, let me pull my calendar up here, because I am going to be out of town from, the 15th through the 19th or 18th, and then I'll be here. Well, the last live stream we're going to have, the 21st of this month is going to be I'm not sure if I'll be doing a live show, if we're going to have to pre-record that show. I'll let you guys know that by the end of this week too, and who's going to be featured on that episode, just because of my vacation. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a watch party on July 30th for Groove. It's a Friday night, and we're not sure what movie we're going to watch yet, but it will be something by Andy Sedaris. There will be a lot of tits in it. And you will be able to watch it on YouTube. We're talking now. Either I might put a poll up in my Facebook group or on Twitter, probably on Twitter, and we'll have some choices. These are all going to be movies that we watched before on YouTube, on Raiders of the Lost Flicks, on Groovinator's channel. And like I said, that'll be another one where there's going to be pop-ins. I'm going to have a lot of the guys that streamed with us over on the Raiders channel on. So there'll be some probably a few names you might not know that haven't been on the channel here in a long time, but yeah, so we're gonna do that in honor of Groove. We're gonna have some drinks, smoke them if you got them, and we're just gonna have a good time watching some gratuitous violence and sex and great fucking fun Andy Sedaris movies. I also am gonna put Miami Connection in that poll, because how can you not fucking that movie? That was one of his favorites. Have you guys seen Miami Connection?
No.
Oh, you never have?
No.
Nobody on this panel has seen Miami. Fanzine, have you seen it?
I might have. I own the whole Lethal Ladies. I own it all. I just don't know if I've watched every one of them. So I might have watched Hard Ticket to Hawaii. That's one I watched.
Behold my chunk. I have to do this every time his fat ass. He is not impressed with me right now. I got him 8 years ago today, and yeah, he's went from a little kitten I could hold in the palm of my hand to that 18-pound monster I just had right there. Miami Connection is.
Miami Connection. Sorry, yeah. I thought we still like. No, I have not actually seen that, but I know what that is. It's like one of the most 80s movies of 80s.
He had his treatment.
Okay. Okay, buddy. My boy just came in and told me, hey, the cat got flea treated. Don't touch the back of his neck. Oh shit. But yeah, man, Miami Connection was great, and it has one of my favorite scenes in it where the one cop does a whole scene all serious, and nobody told him he had coke shoved in his nose. He did. He had. You'll see it if we end up watching that one. Like right up in this dude's nose, you can see it. It's like it's plain as day what it is too. But yeah, so I'll put a poll on Twitter, and we're gonna do that on the 30th. So yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, this Wednesday night, we're gonna do a tribute stream for Groove. And yeah, man, just have fun again like we did tonight. So thank you, everybody. I know this has been 3 hours. We drugged this out, and I apologize for that this evening, folks. But the chat has been great all night. We still got 14 people watching live. Thank everybody for hitting that like button, showing up, hanging out tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. And that means a lot. I'm Etepel Kuyin of the Place to Be Reviews. I'm your people's champion. I've been here with all of yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and remember, it is better to burn out than fade away.
Boom!